The continent, or the world, is Rupnir, plagued by war. For the last 100 years, conflict erupted across the continents between good and evil. An army of drow, orcs, goblins, and other horrible creatures plagued the land with corruption and violence. The Dark Army was led by 5 generals: Balazar, the Dragonborn; Omar, the Copper Dragon; his brother Bifrost, the Blue Dragon; the evil Empress of the Desert Continent Soon, and her husband known simply as the Wizard. Fighting against the beacons of good, rebels against the evil were found across the land, standing up against the tyrants and fighting for a better world. It raged for 100 years, but one by one the generals fell. Soon enough, only the Wizard remained, his location never known, but eventually, like many fallen, he was forgotten in the past. Much of Rupnir wanted to rebuild and focus on the future. The northern continent was inspired to create change, but south of the Wyrick Mountains, the great divider of the primary 2 continents of Rupnir, it was a wasteland. The south had received the major damages of the war, and not much is known about who lives there today. 3 decades had passed since the Great 100 Years' War, and the north had reconstructed itself the best it could. However, with a young, still freshly broken world, those who sought opportunity would take advantage of those who were weak and corrupted. Bandits and other monstrosities staked their claim to lands, towns, and keeps, only seeking to cause pain to the innocent yet again. Turn down the music just a bit. While the threats were fairly small most of the time, there were entire cities governed by the corrupted officials and horrible people. Despite how sporadic this was, it was a problem that could prove cancerous to Rupnir yet again, which is why factions in good cities had done their best to stifle any evil uprisings, to prevent a war from breaking out again. However, with unforeseen events, another war may be inevitable. Now let's draw our focus to the center of the northern continent, Prunier, to a small town known as Krupnik. It was here in a tavern that our heroes met one another.
What's up?
What was that?
See, most of the heroes met each other.
Most of them, yes, true, most of them. Oh, my music stopped, hang on. Now it's on repeat. Now it'll continue to play.
Good job, Connie. Good job.
All right. Traveling southwest from the Ironwood Jungle, hailing from the clan Little Swamps, was a young Tabaxi cleric by the name of Kygo.
From the swamps? Ew!
A soft-spoken cat of religion, Kygo was sent on a quest from his people to obtain the relic Kakata, an item once belonging to an elder Tabaxi named Kygo, the founder of Little Swamps. It was a great honor to be named after the founder, giving the cleric great pride to be honored with such a quest. Knowing it is best to travel in a pack, Kygo explores with the rest of the party, hoping to find his relic and return home a hero. But he isn't alone in trying to be a hero. In fact, Xerxes, the tiefling warlock, coming from the city of Tomund, from the western continent Viscus, and is the largest city, Tomund, wanted to be everything that was with being a hero. Xerxes was born of tiefling and human, and in the eyes of the city's lord, he and his family were an abomination. Despite the hardship, Xerxes was told great stories of heroics and grandeur, especially about his uncle Oli. It inspired the young tiefling to want to be a hero. While working the fields of his family's farm, he could hear a voice call out to him, and finally listening to it after days, he learned it belonged to a chillingly beautiful archfey who called herself Nyx. Nyx asked Xerxes to go on an adventure of a lifetime, to find his uncle Oli and retrieve something he had for her. Xerxes accepted and was branded with the mark of Nyx. Taking a boat from the Tomund docks, he traveled to Prunier, eventually finding himself in the town of Krupnik. He travels with the party wanting to be a hero like he was read in the stories. Now, sheltered in the cold, dividing line of the Wyrick Mountains was a clan of black dragonborn. Yes, question. Oh no, we're gonna keep going. Because of the evil dragons who led the Dark Army, I abstain that. Because of the evil dragons who led the Dark Army, many dragonborn had to go into hiding for fear of being persecuted by the terrified, by the terrified citizens in the broken aftermath. It was here in these mountains that Dradar, a strong dragonborn paladin, was born.
Oh, dude, nice.
On his 10th hatch day, he was sent to climb Wyrick's Peak and perform an ancient ritual to enter adulthood. But when he's finished performing, he did not receive a sign from the gods, only a horrible omen. Dradar saw death and violence of his people. He was terrified he had angered the gods and returned home to ask his elders what it meant. It was upon his return, he found his omen had come to fruition. His people were slaughtered by a group of terrified, angered citizens known as the King's Men, inspired by an aging elf in the south who was known as the Old King. He stayed in the caves with his own sour for a year. and running low on food, the Dragonborn looked for any sort of sign. He received one from the god Tyr. His black scales erupted in flames, red scales overlapping them. Tyr had given him the power needed to take vengeance for his people. Armed with only his father's shield and a morning star, Dredar went north to get help from anywhere or anyone against the old king, and he would find that help in the town of Krupnik. Not everyone has a clear destination. Just like with our Tabaxi ranger, Tali. She doesn't remember her past. She remembers being in the jungle all alone for years. She would bar hop from small town to small town, looking for work to survive, but ultimately trying to find answers of where she comes from. Flashes of her life come back to her. A great church on fire, people dying, her running, but not much sticks. She remembers receiving a scar on her hand from something, making a deal, a bad bar fight. Tabaxi was quite an alcoholic, and it severely affected her memory. She found herself in Krupnik, inside yet another bar, but instead of the regular rowdy patrons, she found herself in the company of others who had been broken and hurt. Tali found herself traveling with them, hoping to find any sort of answers along their journey. Now, not all our party met in Krupnik. This includes everyone that was mentioned before, including a Kenku rogue named Trapper. Iona was not a part of the company at this time. We will get to her later. Looking for work, they all banded together and accepted a blood quest from the House of Fervant, a bounty house ran by an organization of snow elves. They recovered a few crates of weapons for a potion maker, who was looking to arm the citizens and take back an old, abandoned church that had been overrun by elves. By evil, not elves. The party volunteered to help and successfully defeated an evil scarecrow with his skeleton friends. The source of the magic used on them was never found, but the darkness plaguing the Prune Mountains was no more. They went back to the House of Fervant to receive another quest. It was there Trapper the Kenku saw a bounty on him, ordered by a guild known as the Fanged Feathers. Terrified, the old bird fled from Krupnik, leaving his teammates behind. This particularly bothered Tali, but for reasons unknown. Seriously, we don't know yet. I wish I could tell you why. Krupnik wanted to establish trade negotiations with the Bifrost Bane, the largest city in Prunier, and known for housing King Julius, the slayer of Bifrost the Blue Dragon. He was also known for taking a disliking to races other than humans, dwarves, halflings, and Goliaths, making it difficult to deal with a small town consisting of elves. Accepting the deal, the party of four traveled north, going to speak with King Julius. On their way to the city, they came across the town Tywin. It was a small shanty town consisting of children and a single pregnant human woman. The town seemed plagued by poisoned water from the newly installed well only a few weeks ago. One by one, adults would fall sick to a fever and turn rabid. The others would have to put down the individual. The well would magically close during the day and magically open at night. And so, before continuing to the Bifrost Bane, the party swore to solve the mystery of Tywin, accompanied by their new ally, Iona. Iona is a fallen Aasimar rogue, a runaway from the western forests.
Is that blood on your mouth? Is she eating
She
people?
does not know who her original parents are, or even her angelic birth name. She was found alone by the prior couple, a young duo who owned a water mill on a lake. She was loved by them, but her adopted father feared the people in the neighboring city would fear her. The priors met with a faction of nature-preserving good people known as the Emerald Enclave. However, they did not know that they had met with a rogue party of the Enclave. They took Iona, and over the course of years, trained her, beat her, tortured her, turning her into a capable slave to use as they please. Eventually, she had befriended one of the members, a young man named Luke, who helped Iona escape, and for a year they were happy. Luke taught her everything he knew as a thief, but soon enough it was revealed Luke was only training her like a dog. After a year, he brought the Enclave back to her, and she resumed her imprisonment. With her newly taught skills, Iona escaped and fled east, with barely any of her own possessions. Stealing from town, she had enough to survive, and came across Tywin, where she found the first Aasimar she had ever seen, a young girl by the name of Aya. Despite her rugged personality, Iona knew the only way to find answers about her own parents would be to help this young Aasimar and find her father. So, Iona stole health potions from the party the night before as they slept, causing immediate conflict when everyone met one another. But despite their differences, they all came together to help the town. Soon enough, it was discovered an incubus was in the caverns of the well and was spreading seductive lies to the townspeople to turn on one another. He had made love with the human woman who was unknowing of her child being a Cambion, half demon, half human. Before they could defeat the incubus, he kidnapped Kygo and took him to the ethereal plane. Soon afterwards, the woman gave birth to her child, who ripped himself out of her stomach. Angered, the party made a trade with the incubus, its child for Kygo. As soon as the trade was made, they aggressively fought and killed the incubus and his child. The children spoke up that Tywin was a home built by their parents, who most lived in the town up ahead known as the Courtyard. Taking the children with them on their travels, Dredar burned the town to the ground to silence its evil. On their travels to the Courtyard, Kygo learned from a young Tabaxi boy that Tali is some sort of enemy to him, but the rest is unclear. What they did discover was the courtyard consisted of all the sub-races who once lived in the Bifrost Bane, before it was called the Bifrost Bane. After King Julius's victory, he excommunicated the sub-races, who sit in protest in the new town just outside the walls of the city. They made their way into the courtyard, a marketplace heavy town with travelers passing to and fro throughout the boundaries. Here they met Osmir, an older tiefling war veteran who had helped fight against Omar the Copper Dragon, one of the 5 generals from the Great 100-Year War. The town thanked them for returning the children and offered them to stay in the town until they figured out their next move. The party asked how they could gain access into the city, and since the party consisted mainly of other races, it made it quite difficult. Osmir brought them to an elderly Goliath known as Vishak Frightheart, a veteran of the war who had fought alongside King Julius against Bifrost, the Blue Dragon. Vishak said they could go north to Omar's tomb, where his gold still lay dormant. If they were to bring the gold to King Julius, he would have to accept an invitation for an audience. So the party traveled north, and after a few days, came to the old dragon's lair. They made their way inside, finding that the goblins and ogres still patrolled within the walls. Finally arriving into the gold room, they found the bones of Omar himself. They also came across a leader goblin who was having his minions transport the gold up through a roof opening. After fighting all the minions, they interrogated the leader, who told them they were hired by the old king to retrieve the gold. They pondered this news, knowing King Julius would find it interesting. Over the course of a couple weeks, they brought millions of pieces back to the courtyard, and a celebration was had. Osmir gave Xerxes a book belonging to his uncle Oli that had described the battle that went on in Soon against the evil empress. The next morning, they traveled to the Bifrost Bane. Long story short, the party met with King Julius and made a deal with him. He would agree to open trade negotiations with Krupnik, and he would allow his gates to be open to anyone, but they must travel west to the three thieves cities. There, they must stop a political deal going on between the Old King and the Klepto Monarch. He couldn't afford for the Old King to have an ally that powerful north of the Wyrick Mountains. Iona met with one of Julius's councilmen, who was Aya's father. He described that he brought her away from Lair's den, away from her birth mother, who had an evil influence over the city. Iona knew that this is where she would get her answers. Also in the Bifrost Bane, Dradar met with the Order of the Gauntlet faction, and inspired by their religious justice and foundation, joined with them to help dispel evil in Repnir. Kygo received letters from his clan and discovered they had been fighting a war with other Tabaxi for a long time, and they had been forced to retreat from his home. Before they left, Vishak and Dradar, Vishak told Dradar to meet with an old ally in the golden city of Anspool, one of the 3 thief cities, and to speak a secret phrase so he would know that they were friends. They headed west and came across a hunting party of goblins led by a bugbear chief. Xerxes overheard their conversation, and they were going to meet an Asimar woman named Vena Ravo in the Liar's Den. Using this information to their advantage, they nearly talked their way out of the situation, until they found out that they were going to eat humans. A fight commenced, and with the bugbear's dying breath, he told Dradar the name of the man who led the group that killed his clan, Alastas. He dared him to go to the cities and fight Vena. That Vena would appreciate seeing her sister, referring to Iona, be returned to Wormlep Collective. He told Dradar they would not last in these cities. It shook Dradar deep down as they vanquished him, and they took shelter in the town of Primora, a town the humans lived in that they saved. Primora built upon a lonely mountain of the same name. I gotta move Iona's stupid camera, interrupting the action. Primora, built upon a lonely mountain of the same name, it had a legendary tale of a druid sorceress known as Izala, who challenged Primora and the ancient brass dragon, single-handedly. After only minutes, she emerged victorious, and with the dragon pleading for its life, she spared it. In exchange, she built this town, owning the inn Dragon's Lair, and running a successful business selling dragon's meat and dragon's blood wine. However, the town was also well known for its rampant missing persons. Hundreds of people in years past. Talia immediately fell in love with the bartender, with her ability to brew, her beauty, and the fact that she turns into a bear to wrestle her patrons for sport. With the help of Dradar and Xerxes, they told a heroic ballad of Tali, which made Izala swoon for the Tabaxi. Iona found a Furbolg bard playing in the Dragon's Lair, who owned an Emerald Enclave banner. At first holding bad intentions, she soon learned he was a gentle creature, and began to develop feelings for him. He had multiple personality disorder, and none of his personalities knew where the original went. And just as she did, he too began to have feelings for Iona. Dradar took an opportunity to wrestle Izala, but barely lost in a strength match 3-2. He found the only other Dragonborn he had seen since his clan, a red Dragonborn named Mishan, who came from the south. The legend of Primora, the last living dragon, was well known in her town, and once an adult, they needed to make a pilgrimage to the town to retrieve a bottle of dragon's blood wine and bring it back. Dradar discovered her distaste for black Dragonborn, that in the south, they were seen as enemies vanquished by the brave old king. Things didn't go well between them. Xerxes found companionship with the elf Maslia, but it was short-lived as she went missing, so the party had a new quest. They scoured the town looking for answers, and discovered that the only people who go missing are tourists, never residents, and that they are always taken from the Dragon's Lair. Using Tali as bait, her and Izala left the bar with Xerxes and Kygo in pursuit, while Jadar, Salo, and Iona investigated the bar. They found a locked door that led down into a cavern, a large cavern underneath the bar. It was there they found Moslia, still alive luckily. Cauldrons bubbled with body parts inside them, and magical spells were used to turn the unfortunate victims into dragons before they were chopped up and served to the bar patrons. Only Tali indulged in the blood, wine, and veil of the party. They controlled Izala in the bar, or they confronted Izala in the bar, who fled down into the cavern. There they discovered Izala was actually Primora, the ancient brass dragon. The legend was false. He had killed Izala and taken her disguise to better hide himself. With quick thinking, Iona asked for a fair fight, and not wanting to hurt his new love Tali, Primora accepted to do another bear wrestling match with Jadar. If Primora lost, he would leave and never return. If he won, he would leave with Tali. It was intense, a showdown for the ages as they played 7 rounds of strength. Jadar finally came out on top with a close match of 4-3. Primora left, heading south. Xerxes found himself another one of Oli's books in Primora's library, this one detailing the fight in Omar's tomb. Kygo claimed ownership of the bar for a new business. Salo and Iona promised to help each other find their answers together. Jadar met with Mishan, who idolized Jadar for fulfilling the prophecy of defeating Primora. He revealed himself to be a black dragonborn, and she told him to return to her city of Asteria in the south when he had a chance, to help convince her people the black dragonborn were not evil. And Tali? Well, she felt awkward about having eaten actual people and falling in love with an ancient dragon. And that's where we left off on our story.
I have a question.
I don't think she did.
I have a
Yes.
question.
Well, the fact that
Why am I naked?
that she was upset about.
You're not naked.
I'm shirtless. Why am I
You're
shirtless?
shirtless.
Why am I shirtless? Everybody else has shirts. Why am I shirtless?
All right, so let me, we will explain. Hang on.
I want to know why I'm shirtless.
So let me explain. So, in the chat, I have my good friend Hill. So everyone say hi, Hill. Hi, Hill. Hill is when we first started, like months ago. I asked Hill if she would want to do some sweet art for us.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
So she helped make some custom characters for you all. And I felt really bad, especially because then Harmony, like a week ago, was like, my friend's drawing stuff for us. And I was like, oh no, I hope I don't look like I'm trying to overplay. So this has been in planning. So let me, we'll go through and I'll kind of explain all of them. So we started off with, who did we start off with? Oh, we started off with Xerxes.
No, we started off with Kygo, actually.
So Xerxes, this is the city of Telmund, because you described it being on the edge of a coast. So up here you have the city overlooking the coast from the continent that you're from, Viscus. I had you shirtless because in here, I assumed because you were a farm hand and you were treated more as a slave, with, as you described, whipping. By the way, that's the lucky coin that required, yeah. But yeah, so that is how I had described it, and it turned out really well. All of them did. They all look great.
Yeah.
Next up, we moved to Tali.
I was expecting like just speak.
Hill learned a lot apparently from drawing the fantasy characters, about like drawing fur and everything.
It's what you're wearing.
It's literally what you're wearing.
100%.
Yeah, it's actually almost exactly what Charlotte is wearing for her costume now, which is awesome. But obviously, we have the scarecrow hat that Tali grabbed from when she was when they were in the Krupnik, the Temple of Rilliphane, the church that she keeps on seeing burning, and her just trying to find her past. So we had it super out of focus, so it seemed like just a faded memory. And we'll move on to the next one, which we did was Iona. I want to say, I think it was Iona. But we have Iona. So this is your necrotic shroud.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is like essentially all light like dissipates, and then she can and then there's light illuminating from her skeletal wings. So she has her black eyes. Those are the obsidian sickles that you've retrieved. We have an Emerald Enclave banner, pegged and bloody.
Oh, okay. I didn't even
So
know
yeah, this is kind of like as if Iona was she had just taken vengeance.
That's so cool.
So yeah, we did a lot, and I like that each of them kind of has their own art style to it. Each of them, the art style that was done for each of them was a little bit different. Next up we did was Dradar, and I wanted to show Dradar's rage against the humans. So we have Dradar's outfit, his more paladin-like clothes. I will admit, Dradar, that the armor that you're wearing is what you found in the Omar's tomb.
Yeah.
So it's actually the dragon scale resistance armor. But I still think it just looked cool.
It's super cool.
And then he's about to erupt a fireball, or to erupt fire out of his mouth. So not only are you bashing this dude's head in, but you're also about to just kill him.
Burning a fucking corpse since he's already dead.
That's Jadar right there.
And then last but not least, we did Kygo. So Kygo, we have you performing healing hands on a poor villager woman, with your incense candles all laced around her in the snow. And then we have Spirit Guardians is what's floating around protecting you as you perform healing hands.
I have read it,
I know.
but that's because of the invitation.
And you do notice that it is in the snow, which we have not experienced any sort of snow yet. I wanted to pick a different environment and maybe possibly foreshadow certain events, because I know the staff that we know is in the north. So perhaps this is something that you will come across if we ever decide to go north.
Nah, I'm just gonna breeze right through it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we're just gonna breeze right through the north. Xerxes the path walker here.
I don't know.
Before we continue, I just wanted to say a big thank you to Hill for making these. I had so much fun, for writing it. Please, Hill did a great job. I loved it. I loved working with her. I felt really bad when I was asking you guys all these questions because I know Lopez was very terrified. He thought I was making wanted posters for you guys.
That's what that was.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you guys do see cameras and stuff freeze, they're all in the same room, so even if you see one freeze, they will still be able to hear everything. So that's why I'm not really freaking out when Iona's camera freezes. But yeah, so yeah, that's why I was badgering everyone with questions, because I wanted to get all. Yeah, and she says that she hopes that you all love them.
Yeah, I got the Twitch shadow. Don't worry about it.
Of course they will. I love seeing their faces when I was appearing them, and I just keep on reading. It was really fun. But yeah, I will send you guys links so you guys can have these. But I will do that later. But I am glad that we were able to do that, and we'll do a final look at. So we have Kygo, we have Xerxes, we have Jadar, we have Tali, and we have and we have Iona. Question, I see.
It's actually me, Killian.
Oh, what's up?
So, what would you guys think if I animate you guys a logo? Like,
Dude, I'll do it. Yeah, I mean, you do it. Sure.
Oh, good. Just send me rough sketches of what your logo
All right.
like or something like that, and see it like a 3D
Look
model.
at that. Production value is already going up. I love it on the stream. We're already talking.
We're
Yeah.
networking right now.
So yeah, we'll talk about that later, George. Thank you. That's really awesome of you just to consider. All right. So before we continue, I want to again just say thank you so much, Hill. One more time. You're awesome. I'm actually having her still work on my old characters. Like, I want to make a V-Shock. I'm going to make a V-Shock one. I want to make a Trapper one. So her and I are still working on stuff together. But it was really cool for us to both learn about the processes and her trying to learn how to draw fur and her having to like connect with other artists about it. And it was good collaboration all around. So I'm glad you guys all like them. And I will get you guys those files later on.
Oh, that would be pretty dope.
But enough of that. I'm going to now close these pages so that way I can have more room. So I'm going to delete them.
All right, I'm just gonna go down to names only now.
Let me delete these.
Will you keep it on the?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, just like I expected, I burned 30 minutes into the stream. We're already 30 minutes in, everybody.
Woo!
You only got
30 minutes and we haven't talked. And the
30 minutes and we haven't done anything progressive besides go backwards.
We'll have plenty of time for the sun in 12 hours from now.
All right,
And
cool. Let us. And she said you're all very welcome. Thank you. All right, so let us all set back into where we were. Let me get some mountain pass music.
Well, some tavern music. We're in a bar.
Yeah.
Oh, we are in the bar now. That's right.
Everybody left. Yeah. No one's
That's
from right now.
Well, it's in the morning. It's like what, like?
no,
No,
it's
it's
right
still
after we
bedtime.
finished.
Oh, so
No,
Jadar,
Not
myself,
everybody went to bed.
or not that?
Like half of the team
I think you're
is
the only
getting
one that
laid.
went to bed.
No, he went to bed too, because he's fucking whatever it is.
Oh.
Well, yeah, see, half
Right.
of them are late. The other half are actually working.
What do you mean working? We haven't done shit.
We have to get shit in order.
All right.
people to get this shit in order for us, but we go have fun.
I like how you guys are all arguing. Are we ready?
That's capitalism is.
So, where we last left off was that the party had just claimed the bar for their own, the Dragon's Lair. And I know there was big talks about changing the name, and I had to draw schematics because they all demanded that I have schematics for them and inventory and everything. So we got that all taken care of. And so it is nighttime. Most of the patrons are still outside watching the spectacle of Primora flying south. Gradar went upstairs with his lovely lady friend, as did Xerxes went upstairs with his lovely lady friend. So we're going to then go to the morning after.
Oh, so it is the morning.
We're going to go to the morning, where I'm assuming Kygo has spent all night. So
Too late.
it is the morning after. Xerxes, Maslia, and Dradar, and Mishan, you guys, at your own occasions, start to make your way down. It's about 10 a.m. I think you guys deserved a little extra sleep in time. So you guys slept pretty well for that. You guys come down. Tally and Iona and Kygo, what are you guys doing?
Well, I was gonna check the back.
I was gonna follow Kygo and just follow.
Okay, so the Tabaxi are hanging out together.
Where am I though? Like.
You and Salo, you guys went out for a walk.
Right.
Go ahead and roll a D100, Harmony.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna check your luck.
We're starting your settings. Then we see your settings.
We're starting with the D100. That's bad.
Oh, let me check a 47.
It's a 47.
So, Iona, with you and Salo walking the night, it was a very, very nice evening. You guys more or less discuss your fantasies of going west and trying to find answers to the questions that you all have. But you guys shared a nice, small, tender kiss together. Just once, and it was quick, but it was
Lance.
Small.
It was a peck on the cheek. It was a
peck on the cheek.
I'm watching Harmony freak out over it.
It's perfect.
No, it wasn't even on the. It was on the cheek.
No.
On the forehead.
It was on the forehead.
Oh.
On the nose.
Is on the lips canon, Harmony?
Oh, yeah, see?
Whack.
DM said.
Boom.
I have that clarification. Get a wiki page up for us.
Exactly.
There's canon.
On this tech.
All right. So you guys have returned. You guys had your own room. I mean, Jesus, you guys own the fucking place. You guys had your own room.
Fuck Elliot.
Don't break any of your own stuff.
That's the hardest part, honestly.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, Kygo especially, because Kygo is the official head of the new bar. So, anyways, so you guys all kind of shamble your way in. Tally and Kygo kind of working on the plan, the logistics of everything. And you guys all file your way into the main section of the bar.
Alright. So, this is the morning, right? We're all here?
Yep, this is the morning. You guys are all eventually making your way down.
So, what are we calling this place?
I don't know.
Let me get my notes.
I think we should call it the new patient.
We also have the legend. Okay.
Make sure you guys all speak up, since we're all kind of using a temporary.
Okay, yes, you two, what are you doing? What's happening? Did you guys come up with names?
Iona has an
No, I don't.
idea.
I don't know what
Yeah,
you're
you
talking
did.
about.
You were very
I was not thinking about names.
Sprechen the English, Iona. Speak up.
You guys. Oh, shit. All right.
There goes the face.
Garlic. That's what I'm saying.
Garlic.
There's a bunch of tables.
The Mighty Garlic Tavern.
What? Put your notes together.
That's the name of it, huh? The Mighty Garlic Tavern.
It's on the left.
The Marty Garlic and the.
Okay.
Now we're gonna do Monty Python. But yeah.
Next page in.
You the vampire.
I also think that the Legends Tavern is pretty good.
The Legends Tavern, okay.
The Cavern Tavern. No, we're not using the
Oh
Cavern.
man, the Cavern Tavern.
That was you.
That was not me.
That
That was
was
not me.
It was. I was there.
Back me up. on this.
Whoever suggested that.
Oh well, in canon, I guess I did, but in real life, I'll dare you fall.
What, did you stay up all night with your girlfriend coming up with names?
I mean, afterwards, yeah.
I like the legends.
I like the new picture more. They're all nice stuff.
Dragon's Lair is a cool name too. Where's the dragon? I mean,
Right,
well,
well, Dragon Lore.
but okay, it's not yours.
It's not just your tavern.
Huh?
What do you?
I mean, I like all the names, whatever.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yes, because a majority would be new agent.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
What are we doing?
Wait. So we're changing the name to the new page in. That's right. That's
To the new page in.
Yep. Next page. Next page in. My bad.
Next page in. Why the next page in?
Why did you call it the next page in? Oh. Yeah, you came up with these names.
It was because it's a new chapter in our lives
And
in your journal of writing stories.
Nice.
And the town of Primora.
Hmm. Hang on, let me think about this.
What do you mean? What do you have to think about? This is about us.
I just wanted to stroke my beard like I'm thinking about something.
He's deliberating with the town council at the moment.
Yeah,
He's
which
got
is all in my mind because I'm a sociopath.
That's just voices speaking out in his mind.
No, this is my lower property, man.
Yeah, if we were to zoom in on my mind, it would just be someone going, "Change it!" And it's like, all right, the council has spoken. All right, so the next page, right? The next page in?
Yep.
All right, it has been changed. Wonderful. We've decided on that.
He completely hates it. Just listen to how he talks.
I know.
Me? I don't hate it.
Doesn't matter about him. It's about us.
All right, so, Kygo, you have now announced the news of the new tavern name. What is next on for everyone at the moment?
So how do we run a tavern?
That's the first question you asked.
Yes. Not only that.
Did anyone take a business class?
Also,
Aren't you the one that does the readings, Jesus?
Well, not about how to run a tavern. No, I haven't.
That's boring.
Wait, maybe there's one downstairs. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay, fine.
So you're running down to the library?
Oh, well, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Also, like before I go down, it's like also they have a drinking club. So
Make sure that you guys are talking close to whatever mics you're using.
Oh,
It's because his accent isn't very loud.
it's right.
You guys got to speak up.
So Zadar and Tally have a drinking problem.
Whoa.
Hey,
Hey, what? What was
She
you?
does. No, wait, what?
Uh-oh.
No.
Uh-oh. They're already messing. They're already...
You have a drinking problem. You called a rock a puke rock. Remember that? Remember that?
Yeah.
Puke rock? Or the rock of drunkards is one of them.
I do remember the rock years now.
Yes, you both have a.
That was like 3 towns ago. We're all.
It was one town ago. We only went to one town.
Brilliant. Can I use my stealth to try to leave?
To what?
She's gonna try to leave.
Yeah, go for it. With Salo or just by yourself?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Actually, wait. Where's Mosley and where's
I'm
Jadar's
gonna
girl and where's
try to go by myself. Like,
I go
if he
over.
notices me leaving,
Headed back
because
to
I mean, I'm
Wisteria.
literally right next to him.
Okay. Well, essentially all the the boyfriends and girlfriends are just standing next to
Oh.
everyone else.
That's pretty dope.
Go ahead and roll stealth, Iona.
You did. Shine. Shine.
Oh, it didn't. Oh,
Damn.
dang!
Damn.
I don't see anything.
I don't see anything.
It's a 29.
I don't see anything.
There's nothing on roll 20.
Just give it some time.
Hold on, do I have to move the camera just to see her?
I can confirm it's
Yeah.
on her page. You know.
it's an
It's just because she's got a really shitty internet connection.
A 29. All right.
Date.
There it is. It finally popped in.
Yes! Ah,
that lag.
Wow.
that's an atrocious lag. You're gonna be.
All right. So,
This is frozen again.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh wait, no frozen. No. Okay.
all right. So you have rolled to just escape. Is there anywhere specific you're going to try and escape to?
Outside of the bar at the moment. Like,
Outside the bar. All right.
I
So you
have
make.
Oh, do you?
So Iona, you are like the wind just kind of blew in through the door and just took you away with it, and no one just sees you go at all.
Sallow probably.
So with not even Salo.
that roll.
Can I go?
Salo was so invested He's kind of helping play the music right now in the tavern.
Oh, he's
Oh,
gonna
because
start playing.
Because it's 24 hours. That's right.
Oh yeah.
It's a 24 hour.
Are there people there right now?
It's 24 hour.
I mean, everyone's still watching the dragon.
So no
It's
one's
like-
Oh, in the morning. I'm sorry, it's the morning.
You still can't
Yeah, it was a marathon, just like the stream. Everyone's watching it like a marathon. Maybe it'll come back.
hovering in the same
Yes.
place for the past
Um,
6 hours.
One
He's
guy
lagging out.
huge telescope, like,
Now, business is not as busy as usual, just because everyone was really confused from the night before. But yes, there are people in the bar.
Kaigo, since you are the one who mainly wants to run this spot, I'm going to go downstairs to see if I can find something.
Business books.
please.
Perhaps.
I am going to go and check about finances.
Finance.
Finances. Yes, that word. That thing. I'm going to look and see if we have any finances in the back.
You know, there's an easier way to say that. I'm going to go
You
check
know,
out
the
the
ones
fund.
that we still Listen. Just let me do my thing. You do your part. Just go.
Okay.
Just go.
So, what are we doing with all the extra blood wine?
So
I'm already downstairs. Downstairs.
I have an
I'm not feeling
idea.
this situation.
What?
Do we have a plan for this? I do have an idea for this. Is
Oh, as soon as I open the door downstairs, I'm like, oh god, it smells. That's right.
All right. I'm gonna destroy the immersion and take off my beard so I can eat.
There's just dead bodies down there.
yeah, we're gonna have to hire somebody to clean that up too.
All right. So,
Part of my idea to do it.
what are we doing, everyone?
It is so because Tully has a drinking problem.
And
I
Judar.
have made it to where if Tully wants,
And Judar. They both have a drink.
if Tully wants a free drink at the pub every time we come back, she has to drink a bottle of the dragon's wine.
So you're just gonna keep
Oh
it?
my God, you're an awful human being.
She enjoyed it.
He's a cat human being. He's a cat being. He's not a human being.
So your plan is just to keep it around every time
It's
I
so
show
that we
up?
can get rid of the product without selling it to others.
I mean, I can get rid of it right now.
Or you'd probably die. I mean, I'm not there. So anyway.
Yeah, no, shut up. No, what's the alcohol content of blood?
I mean, I have the recipe for the blood wine. We can change the recipe.
Well, yeah, but whatever product we have left still needs to go.
Yeah. I mean, I can do. get
It's
rid
a
of that
fair
right now.
trade so that you don't.
You know, worst comes to worst, we could always sell it to like orcs in the forest or something. I'm sure they wouldn't mind.
That's
But I mean, Dolly's down with it, so
I mean, I'll drink it.
Your plan backfired.
we could solve one drinking problem right there.
Backfired.
Plan two.
You're not here.
That's why I'm talking. That's why I'm talking like Luis instead of Xerxes.
Xerxes, did you go down to the library?
I did. I'm not looking for business books though.
Okay.
I'm
Oh,
looking.
you're trying to get it on in the library.
What?
Oh,
Am I trying to get it on in the library? Is that what you're asking?
Did not
Yeah.
do it?
No.
All right. just-
Libraries are a place of learning, not sex.
You're right. That's for bedroom manners only.
Man of morals right here, ladies and gentlemen.
I am the moral over here.
Moral guidance.
No, I'm trying to look for a bestiary, which is just like a book of all the beasts in the world.
Okay.
A local map of Primora and the place around us, and legends around us as well. Local legends around us.
All right. So three different things. Roll an investigation for all three.
All right, cool.
3 investigations, 1 for each.
Can I also look for what you call it? I guess a personal diary that Primora might have.
All right, roll a 4th.
This one. I got an 8. I didn't see anything. I got a 16. Not bad.
Pressure rolls are so good.
I got a 4.
Man, well, you had advantage on these, right?
I know, right? I mean, I own the fucking place. I should have advantage. But whatever.
But you haven't explored it yet.
That's true.
He's going real
right.
fast.
So, in terms of finding a book that encompasses creatures, you don't find anything. What was the second one you wanted?
It was.
Map of Primora.
Yeah,
Your local map of Primora.
And what was the third one?
Primora.
it was map of Primora and the places around it.
And then the diary.
Local legends around Primora and the places around it. and then a diary that Primora has.
Okay. You do find the schematics of Primora.
The town, right?
Um,
I would assume
more so of the you find those schematics that I drew of the inn. So you don't find anything on Primora, but you do find the schematics for the bar and tavern, so you can kind of you know what it looks like and everything. But finally, you do looking through. You do find eventually a leather-bound, an old leather-bound book, very thick and heavy. That flipping through it. Actually, give me 1 second. I gotta actually do research. Like a DM, I have to actually look through the books. I gotta hit the books. You find a book, but it's not written in common or anything. It appears to be written in Draconic.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I can read it.
You do find a big, heavy book.
Wait, you can read Draconic?
I can read everything now.
What is the purpose of me?
It's true. Xerxes can read everything.
I have eyes of the Runekeeper. I can read all writing.
But you do find that.
All right. So what does it say? What does the book say?
Well, oh my god, I'm chewing. Sorry.
I can tell. I can hear it in your voice.
It's so good. Dude, custom rolls are the best.
Okay.
So you find the title being Primora, the life and the myth. Very pronounced or profound of himself.
Primora's autobiography. Then.
Essentially, it sounds like an autobiography. Are you wanting to read further?
I'm going to skim through, see if I can figure out what all the potions are in there, and any other shops that might interest me. That
All right. Roll an investigation.
With advantage or nothing? No, you probably would say.
Well, because you said you're just skimming through, so this is kind of you just flipping through pages and
Investigation.
Yeah, investigation, and we'll see what you can find. Do you have to cast anything for your thing?
What for? Eyes of the Keeper? No.
Yeah. Oh, is it a cantrip?
No, it's just a thing.
Oh, it's yeah, that's right. It is a feat.
Location.
Skimming through, you find that you do find a list of the potions that for the colors and what the colors mean for each of those potions.
Okay.
My hat's falling. God damn it.
Am I going to receive that list? Nice.
Would you like? Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what it is.
Okay, cool.
I actually have it written down.
All right, hold on. Let me pull up
It's
my.
something I didn't have to improv.
All right. All right, cool.
If I can find it. There it is. So, skimming through, you find out that there were you couldn't find. Now remember, you guys only found certain colors.
I found a dark purple.
Yeah. So you guys found purple, yellow, and did someone find blue?
Yeah, Jadar did. Yep.
Yeah, and then you stole it from him, didn't you?
No. He took the
Purple
gold one.
So
Cool.
green. There was a green one.
Oh, man, what did I have?
That was a sleep gas that people could use. There was a red one. That was essentially like a Molotov cocktail.
Okay.
Blue one describes how I don't even know why I'm writing this because I'm just telling you anyways.
All right,
The blue one allows a player to levitate for 30 minutes.
Of course, I got another levitation potion.
The purple one allows for for 5 actions. A player for 5 actions has the strength 4 times their size, and not in size like the size counter, but if you look at your weight, if your weight is 100 pounds, you can lift up to 400 pounds. So you have 4 times the amount of strength. The strength of a dragon, essentially, is what the potion was. And then the last one, the yellow potion. For 1 hour, the player can change shape into an ancient brass dragon as an illusion.
Oh, as an illusion.
As an illusion. Yeah, don't think I'm giving you some beefy
Yeah,
boss potion.
You're gonna.
They only have the appearance. They do not have the health or abilities of a dragon.
You're right. Why?
Man, thank God you guys found that before you guys just started chugging those randomly.
Alright, and that's all the things, right?
That was it for the potions.
Alright. And
Like
so
more?
hold on. Just to remember, the library and the potion shop is like right next to each other, right?
Yeah, they're all in that cavern.
I'm gonna go see I'm gonna take inventory of what we have left. We can go do the
You're gonna take inventory of what?
of like how many potions and what potions we have left.
Okay. Go ahead and roll another investigation.
I can't just see like oh, we have 3 reds.
No, because I'm not gonna give you all of those potions.
I got 2 8s, you guys.
All right, so looking at the table, you see a lot of the yellows have been used. You see a lot of spilt done yellows, just because that's what was used to turn the victims into the dragons before they were slaughtered.
Oh, those are still rouge. They were literally just eating them. Great.
Hang on, I gotta go back to my notes so I can remember the colors. You do find 3 greens still there, and you find 2 reds and 1 blue.
So 3 greens, 2 reds, 1
And
blue.
1 blue.
That's it?
Yep.
The rest. Wait, okay. I want to leave those there. When I return to Moth, I say, don't tell anybody about these.
I thought you said
Okay.
No, she didn't, apparently. I didn't tell her.
Oh.
He's like, are you guys going to get it on? He's like, are you guys going to get it on inside the library? And I was like, no, library is a place of learning, not sex.
It's a place of knowledge,
It's a place of knowledge.
of how to have sex.
Sorry, I learned it
surprised
yesterday.
If fucking.
You learned.
I found out. I took a very rushed class.
All right. So,
There's no books about it yet. I took a crash course about it.
all right. So, Xerxes, do you return upstairs?
Oh no.
Xerxes, do you return upstairs?
Oh yeah.
All right. So you head upstairs.
Yeah. No, now we fuck. Now we fuck in the library.
No, in the potion area.
So what is the rest of the party doing?
Ain't the potions.
Can I go visit the detective?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
That's what I'm gonna
So,
do.
yeah, you want to go visit the detective? So you
Or he's playing the party, so early in the stream.
you head to his house, knocking on his door. You don't hear an answer for quite a while, but eventually you kind of hear like what sounds like glass and bottles being knocked around as then you just hear like I'm coming, and ooh, Kali's casting Cure Wounds. I don't know why.
He missed like that's.
No. So, eventually the detective opens the door, wearing the same clothes from the night before that you notice, Iona.
On too.
And he, you can still hear me, right?
Yeah, we hear you just fine.
Alright. And he looks at you and he's like, "Oh, hello, Iona, or morning, I guess. What brings you by?"
I just wanted to talk to you in person. I'm assuming you saw the dragon and
Yes, we talked about this yesterday when we were standing together, looking at the dragon.
no, I wasn't there.
It was
It was a
me,
solid-
Kygo.
Oh, that was Kygo and Charlotte. Okay, yeah. So anyway, let me retract that. Yes,
He's rewriting canon.
yeah, I'm rewriting canon. Retcon. Yes, I did. It was quite a spectacle. I wanted to say I told it to you, part of your other friends, but thank you for helping me solve this.
You're welcome. Yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure you're okay. I guess.
I'm feeling much better than I have in a long time. I'm gonna be leaving. So, and he kind of opens his door and he kind of shows you. Now, usually when someone's leaving, they have like stuff packed away or they have stuff like tied together. because he didn't really have a lot of furniture, you just see that he has a bunch of bottles stacked neatly, like on the table, ready to take his bottles out and head wherever he's gonna go. And he's just like, I'm getting ready to leave Primora. I think what I was meant to be here, it's over now.
Yeah.
You didn't even solve the case.
And you didn't even slay a dragon.
That's all right. We still saved the town.
We didn't though.
We saved the visitors.
I wrestled a bear dragon.
It's okay. We'll take our.
Well, that's probably the best.
The little
thing
victories.
to do. Not good to dwell, I guess.
Yes, I think so.
In the future, you won't even need all those referencing to the bottles.
Yeah. What about you, Iona? What are you and your party going to do?
Yes, Miss Quackstream. What do you guys want to do?
Well, looks like we're heading to the west. Save more people, probably. I don't know.
Well, you all seem to be very good at that. Much better than I am. So
Yeah, we're
I
shit.
will-
Saving people.
I will leave that to you guys, and I wish you the best of luck.
So,
I wish you the best of luck too.
My hands are freezing.
Thank you. Was there anything else? Would you like a bottle for the road?
I'm good.
Would you like a
One
soda?
for me.
I went to Primora and all I got was this shitty bottle.
Well, take care, Iona, and
You too.
good luck. And with that, he closes the door. What a crazy man!
Yep.
All right, what next, Iona?
I want to try to find a money exchange place. We gotta walk.
Are you just gonna look around, or are you gonna ask somebody?
I'm gonna look around.
All right, roll an investigation.
Yeah, I'll try that. Move on to somebody while I try to roll.
No, we'll move on to somebody while it's
It might
rolls up.
take a couple.
We'll move on to somebody so we don't have to sit here for 30 minutes waiting for a roll to pop up.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
All right, so you let's cut back to Jadar, what are you doing?
What am I doing? That's a good question.
Well, you were down in the bar, kind of helping decide the name. You had Michonne with you.
Was that good?
I said, oh my god, I hate you guys. You were at the bar with them when they were helping decide the name.
Right.
They had started to pick the name. I will say that you do notice that Michonne grabs a bottle of the dragon's blood wine because as her town's tradition is that she's supposed to bring one back. So she begins to grab it and tuck it in a bag.
That's not. You're not saying.
I thought we weren't even selling those. We gotta get our business model in line, guys. Well, probably see Michonne off if it looks like she's leaving.
Not gonna stab her.
Sean. We have like 100 bottles of these.
We just got
You
you start giving away things for free.
God, I hate this hat. Not wanting to say I like this hat, but I hate it doesn't say.
That was pro bono. Okay.
That's
No.
gonna get you followed one of the
Jadar,
everything for free.
you she
That's
takes
how it
the
works
bottle,
up in the club.
she turns the bottle. She takes the bottle, puts it away, and she turns back to you. She's like, "Well, thank you, Jadar, for the interesting encounters and conversations, and of course the great times." She kind of gives you like a little wink as she says that. But I must head back.
Not immune.
I'm sad it has to end this early, but I look forward to eventually coming to see your home down in Asteria.
I do too. Take care, Jadar. And that she
Safe in your travels.
She ate some dragon's food.
Yeah, she was eating some dragon's meat.
she heads out of the bar.
Why?
No.
What happened?
What happened? What's so funny?
It was a joke, and you guys don't get it.
I don't.
Hey, the investigation popped up.
I did. It took it a while. I can't wait till we get into a fight, you guys. It's gonna be great.
Iona, do a thing.
No.
We'll just have to have someone read it off their screen.
Yeah.
Just roll for it. It'll probably be better.
See, half the time we don't have a screen.
That's right. Most of the time, you guys are just frozen.
Like
All right.
Jordan.
As you can see, for everyone who's watching, our stream is top quality, only the best of the best.
Yep.
Anyways, so Iona, looking around, you don't really find a place for exchange. Just by looking around, you don't find anything.
Good job.
Oh,
You didn't find
sorry,
anything.
that was me, right?
Yeah,
I
you
was
didn't
still
find
trying to
anything.
refresh the page. All right.
Oh, 5.
Bye.
I'm gonna head.
Go ahead, Wes, all by yourself.
Can I what are the nearest people near me?
Or the nearest people.
Closest people to me.
I mean, looking around, you see some people walking around the block. Just people going about their day, trying to get to where they need to go.
You know that double 10.
No.
Oh.
I'm already halfway taking it off.
Okay.
I can't reach.
Well, need help?
So everybody's moving places.
What?
Right?
What? What was the question?
No, I'm asking Tillian.
Oh.
All
Yeah,
the
what was
people around there are just moving, going places.
Yeah, people are just walking.
Damn white.
Yeah, everyone's just kind of walking around.
Okay. Nobody's
Oh, there it is.
sitting still. All right. The next person that passes by me, I want to try to
Stab him in the neck.
hit pocket them.
What?
All right,
Might as well practice.
I guess.
Yeah.
roll a sleight of hand.
Go to somebody else. While I try to do that.
Oh, yeah. All right, tell us, what are you doing?
Oh. What am I doing?
I don't know. I'm not the DM. Why are you listening to me?
Was not responding.
All right, so while we wait for that, I think we should move on to either Telly or myself.
Yeah. So Talia, what are you doing?
So has everyone left me?
Wait.
Am I just left alone?
Oh, there it is.
Bar?
Yeah, that's a really good sleight of hand. That's 24.
That is nice.
Iona. So you look around and you see just a regular guy walking the street, and but you can hear he has some coins jingling around in a small coins pouch resting on his belt, and you walk by and you kind of just like casually put your hand down and just
Thanks for just yelling that out.
and you detach it from his belt loop, and you have pocketed yourself 12 gold pieces.
I gotta get this in.
12?
12.
Okay.
Medieval times. It's not ice cream. It's frozen.
Good job. You just robbed an innocent individual.
I know.
It's a personal pint.
I grabbed something.
What?
So you robbed somebody for 12 gold
Why?
because you wanted to practice. Don't. Why did you even ask?
All right, we'll cut back to Tali. Tali, you
What?
at this point, Kygo is still there, as is Salo, Dradar,
You're taking finances? Or
uh, and eventually Xerxes and Maslia.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Well, I guess I'm just gonna grab myself a drink.
hey,
You need
So Kygo, you see Tali kind of like climbing over the bar and like grabbing a bottle off the shelf.
No.
She's not paying?
She hasn't been. She's going to if she wants to. Killian, did you say that I noticed that?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna fucking stop her. Hey, what are you doing?
All right. So Tali, all of a sudden you just kind of like hear Kygo shout out. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
I was gonna give myself a drink.
Are you gonna pay? I told you, one free drink a month.
Well, how about I take my one free drink?
No, you already did.
When?
When?
Yesterday.
Everybody did.
We guys had free drinks? Oh, no, yeah.
Yesterday
that
was a special day. I'm
yesterday
not
was,
there. Don't listen.
yesterday
I'm
was
not
very
convinced.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, because you're probably drunk.
I remember it. It didn't happen.
So, no, I told you, and you're going to stick by it.
Ooh, Daddy Kygo.
Stop!
As in father, not that kind of daddy.
Why'd you say Eddie?
Because if you were a woman, I'd still call you mommy.
Ugh.
Anyways.
Well, I'm gonna grab myself a drink.
Are you gonna pay for it, or are you still just reaching over?
You're just going to tell her? You're not even going to stop it?
You might have to physically stop her.
I'm gonna
All right,
whack.
so Kaigo, you tell her these things, and you still see Tali, like she just looks at you and she goes,
She's like,
and just keeps on.
It's just for the. I'm gonna whack her on the hand with my bow staff.
Oh man, roll an attack roll.
Kills her.
The fuck?
just lose it, just cuts
I'm
off her
just
hand.
trying to just stop her.
Yeah.
Like, are you trying to hit her hand?
Yeah.
I need you to roll its. I need you to roll a strength
I
then.
already hit black quarterstaff whenever it loads.
I need you to roll a strength.
Oh shit. This is.
Why do you keep making them roll? Why don't you roll for them? It's gonna take forever.
Fine. Oh, that's true. I can just roll.
We got it. It's fine. We got this. There, I hit both of them.
Now we just wait.
Whenever.
How about I just do it first? Look how fast that was.
So you got to set
You
up.
got a 7.
Look how missed that is.
Well, that's
So it's not that you didn't miss. Tally, you feel a hit to your hand, and it's a pretty like hard sting to your hand.
Oh.
Like maybe Kaigo like went in a little bit faster than anticipated, and he didn't pull back enough, and so he just hit your hand. Your hand physically like smacks down.
You might want to rethink that one. In an hour.
Well, which one are we gonna? Which one are we gonna listen to?
Hey, roll a 23.
Drop my ice cream.
I noticed. He got a nat 20 on his strength.
Yeah, he got a 22
Oh man.
on strength.
Dude,
Alright.
you're stronger than
For
me.
this case, hang on. Before we continue,
Yeah.
do we want me to make rolls for Harmony and Lopez
Yes.
Afterwards.
after this?
After this.
Yes. So this is the last roll for you two.
Yes.
Until our internet's better.
That's not happening.
Yeah.
Happen.
It will
So-
happen.
So Tali, you feel a bow staff like quickly fly in front of your face, and right before, like it just eventually just starts to like hover and taps your hand. Like it just comes in with such speed and grace, and then it just stops dead right on top of your palm.
So you just got a giant ass whack on your hand, Tally.
Well, I'm gonna pull out my bone staff and just point it at.
Bone staff?
I have a moose bone staff.
Do you have a bone staff?
When did you get a bone
She
staff?
does have a bone staff, being a in her background.
Whose bone is that?
Who? What? She's got a bone staff that none of us know about, even though she doesn't have a backpack.
She's 3 feet tall.
Yeah, I honestly don't know how we missed that.
And what are you doing with this bone staff?
I'm gonna point it and slightly wave it at you.
I'm gonna wave back.
I'm just gonna go.
Jadar,
Okay.
Jadar, you see?
Do this.
Hang on. So hang on.
Go get a spoon.
I'm just gonna grab
I'm
the
gonna slip down the stairs.
drink out of her hand. Hey, Tally,
I
that's all.
don't think I actually got a drink.
Oh, okay
I
then.
gave actually before.
No, she had not grabbed a drink yet.
All right, well, then we're just going. Okay.
Are you even back yet?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
heard
I don't
that
know
name.
why this is going on like right now, but let's.
There's no sound on.
Yeah, it is.
Through naturally.
That's cool.
So, hey,
What?
she needs to pay.
That's what I said.
Okay, and let's not fight because we just got this place.
I'm
Okay?
not fighting. I'm reprimanding.
Okay? That's not the point. You're not helping the situation here.
I'm stopping her from reaching them.
Stop. Let's just calm down. Sally, pay.
Fine. 8.
What are our prices? I forgot what our prices are.
What? How much is the cup? Where's the bartender that I hired?
Oh, Ezra.
Yeah.
Might as well turn the sound off on the laptop.
Because he never really worked the morning shift, he's not there.
Oh, who is the bartender that's working now?
Right now, it's Geigo. But it's in the morning. No one's gonna be drinking freaking ale or anything.
Like, what
Right,
do you-
right now, it's mostly open for the inn.
Okay.
What are
Molly,
you?
what do you want?
Want anything?
You have to specify so I can name a price.
Wait, what are you?
She's paying for a drink.
Oh, she's got the thing.
You care what it is.
Fine, ale. 5 gold.
He's giving her a whole just tankard of ale. He's giving her a cup of ale. What do you
I'll
think?
get her a cup of ale. It's a single cup of ale, 5 gold.
For us, apparently, yeah.
Is that expensive?
I thought the blood one was 3.
Yeah, dude. Well,
No, blood wine was like
What about
7.
I thought it
because
was
it's for the
more
common
expensive.
person. Most people don't have gold just walking around.
Then why were they out
It
of
was
cup?
considered a delicacy, wasn't it?
No,
Before
they
this?
drank ale more than they drank water.
No, but
The blood wine was like 7 gold pieces.
Oh,
Like in the
yeah, that's
town.
what I'm saying. It should have been
Yeah.
more of a. I don't know why it was free.
because most people can't afford gold, so you usually pay in
Oh
silver.
my
or
god,
copper.
a delicacy is.
I think we need to send out like price guests to the surrounding town. See what other people are charging.
All right, so now that we have all that settled, Cairo, I didn't find anything. All right, there's no business books down there.
I like how that's not even what you looked for either.
Shut up. Exactly. We don't know that. We know that.
You're right. So why don't you roll a deception, Xerxes?
I was waiting for you to do it.
Do I have to roll something to counter it?
No.
No, because you have no intention on like thinking that he's kind of bluffing you.
I got a 10.
Xerxes just seems like he's not. It doesn't seem like he's lying to you, but it doesn't seem like he was really interested in trying to find books on business. Yeah.
There's gonna be a shelf. And
Like-
Philip was just gonna say how to make business work.
I come bearing gifts.
Thanks, George.
No.
This one's hot. This isn't.
All right, why don't we just put that over there on that table?
No,
On this
put it
table.
here.
No, don't do that.
So okay, I'm gonna just like I'm not gonna scowl, but get your hair out of the ice cream. I'm not gonna scowl. It's gonna be more of just like a meagerly disappointed. Like okay, fine. Like,
Courtesy of the
it's
captain.
not that big a deal.
Okay.
I'm gonna shrug it off, and then I'm gonna go back and pour Tolly a cup of ale.
Now, before we go on any further,
Oh.
you guys,
What?
I just want you guys to lay out your potions that you guys used yesterday. You guys have potions, right?
I got a purple.
I know what you all do.
I got
I know what they do.
Oh,
Do they? I can find out too.
How?
how?
By drinking it?
Yeah.
I found a safer solution.
Well,
They're literally our friends. I'm not gonna make her our friend. Shut up. Shut up. You're not here. So who's got what?
I got purple.
You got purple.
I think I have gold.
How do you not know?
Killian.
Don't you look at me. I give you this guy's stuff, and then you guys are supposed to write it down.
It is written down.
But
Oh, that's what you're asking. I thought you were asking because you didn't have it.
No, it's in the. Actually, no. I think it is.
Where would you have it?
I don't have an inventory.
Inventory is on. Yeah, there's an inventory tab.
Jadar, don't you have some?
Oh, you have. Oh my God, you have 3 gold vials, 1 purple one.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
There you go. Jadar, don't you have something?
It just loaded.
Told him one of the gold ones.
Okay.
But I also have this blue one.
Okay. So, gather around, children. Here's what we have. So,
That's just wrong.
there are 3 gold potions downstairs. Those are sleep gas. We have 2 reds, which are explosives. So don't play with them, especially downstairs. We have a blue, which will let you levitate. Okay? So Dad, you have a levitation.
Again. Fantastic.
Again.
That worked out perfectly last time.
Purple
No problem.
will make you 4 times as strong.
For how long? Like permanently?
No, for
That's
5 turns.
awesome.
For 5 turns.
5 times.
So like
Permanently, Tolly's like, can I please get stronger?
for about 30 seconds.
I want to be able to carry stuff.
Yeah, like 30 seconds essentially.
Both muscular little cat, just 90% muscles.
Listen, if you don't pay us what we need, I'm gonna send Tally on you, and you're not gonna want Tally on you.
You're going to be as 4 times as strong as you usually are for about 30 seconds. That's how long
Oh,
a round is. So like the whole turn.
that's not much.
Make it last you a while. In the fights, that's
Long enough to punch someone in the face.
That's definitely true. And yellow would turn you into a bronze dragon for an hour.
Brass.
Brass dragon. Brass dragon for an hour. What? Okay, hold on. It's not an actual. You won't actually turn into a brass dragon. It's an illusion. It's an illusion. You'll look like a brass dragon.
Not even matter.
That's probably
What
what.
if you take that and the strength one at the same time?
There you go.
Now we're talking.
Free drink. No.
What?
Still pay.
What if it's the blood wine?
Don't use medication.
Yeah, is that free for us?
Fine.
Okay, then I'll get a blood wine.
I will give her an entire bottle.
Okay.
What potency?
We have potency now? Jesus.
Yeah, because remember Tally would drink like, what'd you have, the 40% sometimes?
Holy
Do we have 98 proof?
Are you still walking?
98? Do you want her to die?
Yes.
I've drank 98, and I'm fine.
A whole bottle?
Oh, no, but
Exactly. You're giving her a whole bottle.
60.
I mean, this is Bahir's breath all over again.
This is Bahir's breath.
I'm hearing everywhere.
This is the way it is. But it's made out of people.
I'll give her a 60 proof.
Yep.
All right, Tally, you get a nice bottle of 60 proof.
Awesome.
Okay.
Different proof things from different races.
Oh, no, because alcohol doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Like,
I
the
know.
rest of it's based off of flavor. The alcohol is just alcohol.
I don't know how blood alcohol works.
I mean, it's best not to think about it too much. Okay.
I mean, I have the recipe,
It's
so
our
we can
product.
find that out.
It's fine. Yes, but okay. So how? What do we do now? Are we going to go west, or are we still going? Are we still going to focus on this?
I've had a beard that long now.
Oh, by the way, I came up with a name for our group.
Oh, let's hear it.
The Wandering Champions. Because we are the champions of the courtyard. And apparently people want to know our name so goddamn much for some reason.
The Avengers.
What?
No one's
What?
ever
What?
used that.
Ooh, the Revengers.
Who are we avenging?
Work in progress.
It's a bad work in progress. Okay, Tyler, what do you think?
I like the Avengers.
But not avenging anything.
Tell him, just. I'm gonna uncork the bottle.
Just drink your so stupid.
If we have nothing better, then I will also go with Wandering.
The Wandering Champions.
That thing.
Well, I think it's just Charlotte is drinking the bottle. Just in the
What do you think,
background.
Mazda? Is that a good name?
Monster doesn't get a vote.
I'm asking. She doesn't get the.
Mosley like pipes in and then she kind of like stops when she hears Tally just go, Mosley doesn't get a vote.
Sorry, I wasn't even there. I was not there.
Say it.
Oh, who was it?
Nobody said it.
Nobody
Okay, nobody said it. All right. You guys gotta refrain from
Yeah.
that.
I said nothing.
Yeah. You heard that.
So she's like, all right, yeah, the Wandering Champion sounds like a fine name, Xerxes.
Thank you. So, what is your name actually, you big? Who's this?
I don't know.
Do you know that? Tell me.
Who?
Who, what?
The giant
He's pointing
behemoth
at
dead.
Blue troll.
The blue person right there. It's really hard to say blue in this.
I
Actually.
believe I heard Salo at some point.
I think that's a lie. I don't think that's true at all.
I don't think that's true at all. Let's get him out of our bar.
What is your name? I asked him his
I
name.
honestly can't remember
What's your
He,
name?
anywhere around.
he kind of hears you talking to him.
I'm not crazy.
I'm trying to listen what our DM is trying to say.
Yeah, everyone, there's a lot of side. I should not have put you all in the same room. There's too much side.
That's smart to say.
This is dangerous. So he kind of hears you guys talk to him, and he kind of turns on his music, and he looks up. He's like, I am Salo. Well, I am yes. I am Salo. I have been I have been helping you all.
Really?
But I understand that formality was not quite available at the time.
Okay. What is? Are you on the? Actually, what is that? Where'd she go?
Not there.
I don't know.
No, nobody knows.
I thought you were with God.
What?
Why would she be with Tally? She's. Well, she's always been with this guy this whole time.
What asked him?
I just asked that. Nobody had an answer for me. Does anybody know? No, fuck it. Whatever. It's not important. Okay. So what are we going to do next? I was gonna say what's our next move, but fuck that.
Yeah. He then
Oof.
he was playing music.
What are we doing next? Are we going to stay here for a bit?
Well, since things are ship around here, we need to get moving. We still have a long journey west.
I would, however, like to make sure that this place is good and up and running before we move.
I think it was what
Probably
what
ideal.
taught us.
Get them started, working on getting it set up however we want it to be when we get back.
Okay. By the way, what rooms are we taking? I want to live on the third floor. I don't know which room is probably.
I was assuming first floor.
Well, that's on you.
I mean,
don't take the tag.
I assume we would take temporary rooms for now, and then get our own rooms when we have the basement overhaul.
Shit. Speaking of which, I just like pull everybody into a huddle real quick, except for Solid, because he's not with us.
Well, Sal's playing music right now.
That's fine.
Hey, what are you guys huddling over there for?
Everybody that's really necessary. So like Mozzie is not really in this. Sorry. This is really
We don't need you.
What are we going to do about the dead bodies down there?
Oh shit.
Can we hire someone to clean up for us?
Not inside the block. I have an idea.
It's just
This may seem morbid.
What if
But
we
it
use
will
that
work.
explosive potion?
No!
That's not. I mean, he has fire breath. He can do that by himself.
It'll
A
smell.
lot of body parts,
Listen,
and I don't think
we
there's a
can
chimney.
probably find a necromancer somewhere here in town.
What? No.
A dark magic person will
No.
have use for this.
No. No necromancers.
He's
Neko?
still thinking profit. He's still on profit.
I'm just saying. It's
Would
easy
you like
transfer.
some half transmutated body parts on discount?
I don't. And if we
Listen,
all
I understand that dark magic is
this weekend.
mostly terrible. But dark magic, you for fuck's sake use dark magic.
What are you talking about? What do I do?
You are dark magic.
You are dark man.
Racist. Racist? We have a racist. I just yelled it out. This owner's a racist, by the way. Okay.
He's not. Ignore him.
No, I own this body. He's racist.
So how's everyone doing?
At the moment, actually, it's still named after me.
Shut up. No, it's not. It's a new page in there.
Nobody's changed the sign outside.
I'm gonna run outside and whack the damn sign off with my mouse.
Why are you running me?
So we're not doing the necromancer. Well, he's walking off the sign.
Yeah, I'm not lying.
So, how do we get rid of about this? Because I don't think the staff is going to want to touch dead body parts.
Hire a new staff. Then
Was
fire
there
them
a-
immediately.
Charlotte, fix your camera angle.
Wasn't there like
Killian said so.
wasn't there like a cauldron of acid or something down there?
You want to throw the bodies together.
Okay, like incinerate them.
Hmm.
It's easier to get rid of a bunch of goo than a bunch of body parts.
You're not there? Shut up.
I'm
Okay.
gonna walk back in with the sign.
Did they fall on you? That'd be really funny if they fell on you. It's a big ass
You
sign.
guys watch Kygo walk in with the sign.
Does he like walking wrong? Like he kind of just closed like
Yeah,
this?
stop.
He's like, you guys hear the door open and you just hear like wood dragging on wood, and it's him like pulling the sign in because it's a little hefty.
Oh, well, dramatic there, don't you think?
Hmm?
It's a bit dramatic, don't you think?
No.
Now what are we gonna do with the sign? Why didn't you just leave it out there? We could have just painted over it and then put it back up. Now we have to-
Inside. I don't want it to get nasty in the weather outside.
It's a sign. It's supposed to get nasty.
No.
Who's
We have to relacquer it.
I don't know the word he just said.
Neither do I.
I don't know the word.
Really, nobody has done any woodwork. I know.
I don't. Okay.
It's a chemical.
There are many
component.
trees in the mountains.
It is a paint. Okay, in layman's terms, that you paint on wood so that it doesn't disintegrate as fast.
From the acid rain.
They're in a mountain. We're in a mountain. What rain are they getting?
Listen,
Can I walk in now?
Yes. You have given up your search for an exchange thing, and you return 12 pieces richer.
I'm gonna just dump the sign off in the middle like arena area, and walk over back to the bar.
What?
Right.
Don't do that. That's our fighting kid.
Not right now. We're closed right now. We have to figure this shit out before we open.
It's what? There's people.
The inn is still open, but the bar right now is closed. So people can still sleep and everything, but
Okay. All right then. What do we need to figure out?
Want me to find someone to fix his name?
Why can't we just write?
That's ghetto. Or no, like we wouldn't use that. That is fiendish.
Racist. Again. Racist?
How are you racist?
Because I'm part fiend.
Technically fiend type.
Yep.
Nothing satisfies you.
You're just a huge racist. First it was Trapper, now it's you.
With what?
We're very progressive here on Roll 20.
Oh, no. Trapper was super racist. What are you talking about?
I am nothing compared to him.
You literally.
No.
You called.
No.
Yes, you did. You literally like four
I'm
twice.
gonna walk over to Salo.
Oh, look.
Thank God we're changing pace. All right, so you walk.
I know, but
30 seconds.
we're having a conversation. I didn't notice you.
Yeah, and it's going everywhere so fast. So Iona, you make your way over to Salo, who's just getting into the music right now.
Great, he's not gonna notice who it is.
Well, I mean, you can say something to him, or you're just gonna go over there and stand there.
I'm gonna.
Hey, baby. Hey, babe.
Salo.
Hey, babe.
He turns down the music, and he looks over at you and he's like, oh, hello, Iona. How can I help you?
That kiss was pretty whack last night.
I have a question for you.
Sure. And with that, he sits down on the edge of the stage.
I
And
don't
he
know
listens.
if you know this town very well, but do you know where the money exchange building might be?
I think I might know a place. I never used it, but a few of the bards that I was here with, they used it frequently. So yes, I think I can take us somewhere.
Can you take me there?
As I just stated, yes, I think I can.
I can't. Okay. Yay, let's go.
So he sheaths his dulcimer and heads out of the tavern with you, taking you across.
Hi.
What?
He's waving bye to them.
Oh, Salo looks over and gives a big wave. All right, so you guys walk out onto the. You guys walk. I'm trying to find my song. That small town. We're just gonna do this.
I think we should be fine. I think if we just leave, the body will run itself.
You guys walk out to the into Primora, and you eventually get to a small little it's almost like a shack, just because it's not very large. And walking inside, you see an old dwarf woman standing there as she's counting currency, and she hears her door open and close, and she looks at you and she's like, "Hello, how can I help you?"
It's a dwarf. That's a dwarf.
Right.
Mike Wazowski.
Always watching.
I'd like to exchange some money for gems, coins for gems, gold for gems.
Cash for gold.
And how much are we looking to exchange?
877 cap now.
It's my money.
Yeah,
I
make
need
it
it
now.
now.
Gosh, guys.
Sorry.
Laser guided focus here on that one.
I have 900 gold. I would like 9 sapphires, please.
Very well. I will say that I can exchange. I mean, I do. Are you going to be paying me? That'll be 925 gold pieces
Or
to pay me for my service of exchanging. That's how I make my money.
didn't have to do that last time.
You guys were in a different place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, place.
Fine.
These shop is
Fine.
different.
Then
Ooh, giving slip.
the 8 sapphires.
Okay, so she makes the trade. So go ahead and exchange out 825 gold,
Yeah.
and put 8 sapphires.
I've got that. On top of it.
Was it all?
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Thank you. Bye.
You have a nice day.
Okay.
You all right? So you head out. Salo looks at you. He's like, "Are we going to return to the tavern?"
Do you really want to?
That's a good question, actually.
Dorako likes playing his music. So
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. I mean, yeah, okay, let's do it. That's fine.
very well. With that, you guys return back to the tavern.
You know, we
What
should,
are we going to do about the body?
we should
Yeah, you return back to this god awful nonsense.
Kyle, the sun is not important right now.
probably promote the bartender to manager while we're away.
And we'll be general managers because we're going to open up a chain of these places.
Oh my god.
We're open up a chain.
Need of new pages everywhere.
Next page.
The Christopher Columbus of the chain restaurant.
Dragon.
We just go into place and go. All right.
What is a burger?
It's a whole
Gonna
thing.
invent it.
Okay. All right.
Your
I
product.
would like to have the bar open, not just night times, but at least afternoon as well as night. The inn can stay 24/7 as per usual, but it would be enjoyable to have patrons at least at one point in the day. So we can open earlier. We'll get more patrons than any place else here.
Well, if we promote him to manager, then we can let the bartender take care of hiring too for additional staff for different times.
Actually, can I? Hold on, you're the fucking bartender right now, aren't you?
What, Xerxes? Something seems to be troubling you.
I'm going to try to find one of our staff members. So we don't. So damn.
Well, the current bartender's gone.
Yeah, the current bartender is you right now.
You'll have some luck maybe finding someone on the second or third floor.
Exactly. So I'm going to try to. Like, excuse me. I'm going to go try to figure out something. I'm gonna go search throughout the floors to see if I can find somebody that works for us.
All right.
That's in the end. Job.
All right. You investigate each of the floors, and you eventually find someone on the third floor. You find a few cleaning supplies resting against a door, and a door is open to one of the rooms. And looking inside, you see a human woman is making the bed and cleaning up the floors and everything, not really paying attention to anyone outside.
I did not think this, Your Honor. This is going to be
We all do.
Oh, the room is occupied.
Excuse me. My name is Xerxes, and you probably know that we defeated Primora and. So, anyways, we're the new owners of this place. I thought you might need to know that. We need to leave somebody in charge. Do you know who usually runs the bar at night?
Well, the person who I know with the most experience was Izala's other bartender. I don't remember his name, but he was the only one who I knew who would also run the bars.
Do you know when he usually comes in?
He usually comes in the. I see him in the afternoon. I don't know what's time specifically. I know I see him when I get off my shift at 1 p.m. So he might be in at that point. And at this point, it's about 11:30. Yeah, it's so long.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
You're doing a good job. Yes. Keep
Thank
it
you.
up. I head back downstairs.
Xerxes, I figured
You figured what?
so that we can get people, like everyone all together, including all employees, which I might need to ask you to go back up and find more employees if you found them already.
What?
But I would like to have a staff meeting
When?
later in the afternoon,
Ooh, staff meetings.
around 2, possibly. So if you have found any other innkeepers, let them know so that we can at least properly introduce ourselves as well as set everything accordingly so that everyone can conduct things in unison.
You just use the thaumaturgy thing. Like a loudspeaker.
Really loud.
Thermoclergy.
But what about our patrons that are currently here?
And sleeping.
It's almost noon.
Oh, what was that, Chase? You say that if it's almost noon, you should probably already be out of bed.
Bang!
Well, that's what the.
Did you hear that? I sent a disturbance in the air. I still
Yes.
not speaking.
Dude, it's just
Yeah, in this fantasy world, Chase is all for it. In this imaginary place.
In real life, only the ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I think Thermoclogy would actually work then. They should be awake by now. So
Alright,
just
so what am I saying?
if you can, just direct them that at 2 p.m. there is a mandatory staff meeting. And if there are any employees that are not currently working right now that the current employees know of, please pass the message along.
Okay, why don't you just follow me so we can just do that now? No, you get
I
to
thought you were going to use Thermoclogy.
it's thaumaturgy,
Whatever.
and no, it's just literally not necessary at this moment.
Okay, fine.
Follow me. You
Okay.
need to move, you lazy asses. Go.
I'm going to follow Xerxes.
I head out back to the third floor where the human lady was.
Okay, bye guys.
All right, we back.
Don't drink the damn everything.
Such a.
That's a great idea.
Oh my god.
Holly!
So you guys head upstairs. Before we head upstairs, Tali, what are you gonna do?
You're gonna drink everything.
I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna keep drinking what I have. Cause he gave me a full bottle, right?
Of the wine, of the blood wine.
Yeah.
I need you to make a Constitution save.
Okay.
Did you even drink the ale though?
I know, she has both a cup of ale and the blood wine sitting in front of her.
Yeah.
I assume I ought to drink that.
God damn.
Since you're drinking 60 proof. Tali, you're not doing. You're doing okay. Hanging
Okay.
in there. You can definitely feel the weight of the 60 proof, but you're not doing too bad. So Xerxes and Kygo, you guys head upstairs.
And we find.
Yes, you find the woman.
Knock, knock.
Again, the room is occupied.
Sorry, man.
Again, it is I.
It is Xerxes.
It is I, Xerxes, your new manager.
Oh, that's not what I said.
I don't remember if you remember, but I just recently told you that you were doing a good job.
I'm gonna walk up and
I want to introduce you to somebody. This is Kygo.
I'm gonna walk up and offer my hand to shake to her.
She looks at you and then offers her hand to shake as well.
So you are one of our current lovely employees, as I hear, and I am one of the other managers in this facility.
How many managers do we have?
5.
It's quite a hostile takeover.
We
I-
beat the dragon. Yes, it's kind of hostile. You kind of have to be.
We had to wrestle it out of the previous owner's hands.
Yeah. Anyways, I would like to call in a staff meeting at 2 p.m. if you would be willing to stay.
That seems fair.
Okay. But see, the also thing is, I don't know where the rest of the staff is. So if you see any that are on grounds currently, please pass this message along. And if you see anyone or know of anyone that isn't currently working right now, besides the bartender, please pass that message to them as well.
I will do that.
Thank you so much.
What is your name again?
I'm Nala.
Pleasure to meet you, Nala.
Pleasure to meet you.
As we head out, I'm like, I just told Kyle close by. Let's keep the this.
It just happened. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's
I got nervous.
it's a bit weird. Yeah,
I got nervous.
You came off a bit weird. It's good.
How do you spell her name?
Nala.
Nala.
Nala,
I
like
thought
the-
there was an H or something.
You know, like the princess, like Princess Nala, Lion King.
Tally.
Oh, hello.
Do you know?
So here.
Tally's my friend.
Yeah, would anyone else like to do anything?
No, I came back.
I'm back, you guys, for my long trip.
Yes. Would Iona or Tali or Jardar like to do anything?
I was gonna talk to Tally.
All right. Privately or just talk to her?
Well, the other two are upstairs, so Jadar can hear this.
Okay.
Oh, inclusive.
All right.
Woo,
So
I have friends.
what are you gonna talk about?
Do you know if we're gonna be leaving today to the west?
I don't know what's happening. I'm just kind of watching it all happen.
Okay.
She says as she's just taking drinks.
I'm just sitting on the countertop.
Do you think if they do you think it's alright if we just started out?
I mean, I don't know how they find us. It's on the finder.
You mean the? Oh, yeah. I'm not there.
I guess you're right. Well,
The finder of tracks.
it's just getting antsy, I guess. Staying in one place too long.
I'm sure whatever they're doing is kind of pointless, but
I very much agree with you.
because whatever they're doing, it's been working fine before us. Assume it's gonna be fine. when
That's
we
funny.
leave.
That's what I said too.
I believe they said something about property management.
Yeah, downstairs. We're.
That sounds.
There were a lot of papers and books, and I don't really know what's going on.
Should we try to help so it moves along quickly? Like we
No.
can go clean. No. Oh, okay. Okay. We can clean the basement. No.
Oh, we
No.
could try that.
Are you gonna go clean the basement with your dragon breath?
I don't know about the dragon breath. That didn't work so well on that one shelf I used it on, but I can try throwing things in the pit of acid, see how that goes.
Okay.
It's a cauldron. It
Let's
wasn't a
go.
pit of acid.
Bubbling cauldron?
Salo, do you want to see the basement?
He's
kinda-
playing. Let's.
It's kind of gruesome, but you don't have to if you don't want to.
You can sit up here and drink with
You
me.
can drink with Tally. She'd probably.
I like the drinking idea better.
All right.
We head downstairs and we're like, they're not here. Like, where the fuck did they go?
All right, so who's all heading downstairs?
Me and Jadar.
All right, so you two head down,
Darn out.
and Salo and Tali, you guys sit together, and Salo grabs himself a cup of ale, and
Pay for that.
Nice job. Fuck yeah.
so he grabs your cup of ale, or he grabs himself a cup of ale, and he looks. He's like, "So Tali, what brings you to go west?"
I'm just following everyone right now.
I see. Well,
Yeah, they also have a contract.
We're contractually obligated to go to the west.
oh really? What is your contract?
We can't actually talk about it because of the spell.
Oh, well, magical contract. Very interesting.
You would hear nothing.
I would just say I die.
Well, then I will respect the contract's boundaries, and just hope that it is not to kill Furbolg.
What?
Yep.
Well, what do you hope to personally gain out of this?
Tell Lisa talking.
What? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
What do you hope to personally gain out of this?
Money.
Money is good. Very well. And with that, he just awkwardly drinks his ale.
I'm gonna finish my blood run and go get another bottle.
God.
I need you to roll another Constitution saving throw.
And can we get down by now? Are we down?
Hang on. Are you grabbing another blood wine bottle?
Yeah.
All right, Tali, you're
Wait.
you're feeling a little like your footsteps are a little bit heavier, but your mind is still alert. Xerxes and Kygo, you guys head downstairs and you see Tali. You see that Salo's sitting there drinking a cup of ale, and Tali is like reaching up and grabbing. She's like climbing on the shelves because of her height, and she's like grabbing the blood wine bottle.
I'm gonna like lightly run up to her, grab her from the sides, and like midget put her down and grab her a bottle for her.
No. No.
I need you to roll a.
Did you pick her up?
Yeah, hang on a second.
Well, yeah, like picking up a charge.
Tali, roll a dex saving throw.
Okay.
Disadvantage, Mr. Drunk.
What?
When you're
I got an 8 and a 2.
taking his beard off.
Oh,
I have a +8 on my dexterity.
that's right.
All right, so, Tali, you feel Kygo like start to grab you, and you don't grab the bottle, but like you squirm your way out of his grasp and just hit the ground. So that way he doesn't midget put you down, but you didn't grab the bottle.
Oh, come on.
No climbing on furniture.
What?
But I have to.
And don't claw up the drapes either.
I'm I'm gonna grab her a bottle and just hand it. I'm gonna grab her 3 bottles and hand them to her.
What a mistake.
Jesus.
All right, so Tali, Kygo brings 3 bottles down for you.
So much. You're my best friend.
What just happened?
Keeps the doctor away.
I just already know.
I'm gonna just make it clear that she's not Tully. We're not to drink this all in one sitting. This is just so that you don't have to stand up there again.
It's already halfway through the next bottle. It's like, what?
All right, so Jadar and Iona, you guys are heading downstairs.
Yep.
What are you guys specifically doing?
First of all, let's get some torches lit so we can see what's going on in this
That'd be
place.
nice, yeah.
All right,
Take one
so
of the sconce off the wall and just go around and light everything.
all right, you guys are running out of torches. They're not unlimited torches on these in this stairwell, but you do find 2 more torches, 1 for each of you.
Can we see something else besides SpongeBob? Can we see like I don't know,
Oh my god.
A
Kygo?
forest, anything?
Yeah, a bar, a town. I don't care. One of us. Are those art?
The schematics?
We just kept character sheets over top of it.
Yeah.
One of our characters would be nice.
Well,
Starting to see this dream.
So demanding. All right, I'll get something else up. You guys continue to do your thing.
so after the lights are up, I'm just gonna start grabbing any sort of body parts and putting them in the cauldron.
Okay.
Yeah,
You just put it. I mean, the cauldron it's boiling and everything, but it's not burning anything or turning it into acid.
Look, if nothing else, nobody can see that there's body parts in there. We can just carry that out and do something else.
Stuff it full. Got it. Okay, we're still gonna do that.
I'm going to after I get lit around. So there's a cauldron, the shelves of body parts, shelves of books all over the place. We already looted the potions and such. Is there anything else of note in here?
Of note, from what you guys have already searched, no.
Okay. So I don't know. We can leave the books for now. Xerxes is gonna want those.
Yes, you're right. Good job.
Just organize that into a library at some point. That's not super important for now.
It is a library. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, it is. Guys, the body parts though, we're getting rid of those. We can use those shells for something else, I guess. We're gonna have to fully furnish this thing down here.
Yeah, but that's for the future.
Yeah, we can get some masons down here. Maybe
Are
cut
all
away
the
some
bodies cleaned up now?
rooms.
Are all the bodies cleaned up? I mean, they're all like, not all of them could fit in the cauldron. You only got like a few other arms in there.
We need a bigger cauldron.
You have a couple more limbs sitting on the table.
I mean, for one, I can only do that once a day. There's that. But also,
There's torches on the wall. Why didn't we think of that?
that's also true. But we're still gonna have all the bones.
This is pretty sick, by the way. I just wanted to state that.
You're the one who came up with this.
Those are
No, I didn't come up with you guys purposely just dumping it all like Walter White throwing it in a fucking bathtub.
the bones will take up less space.
If we had a bathtub, if we had plumbing, this would be so much easier. We need to install plumbing.
Like, is plumbing a thing back then?
No.
No, it's not.
But to
Well,
this
Well,
side-
actually, some of it.
So,
Doors.
Oh, just the doors.
but bones would take up less space in the cauldron, right?
How big is the cauldron?
How big is the cauldron?
And
Yeah.
all the bones.
I don't think a cauldron
Without
can melt
meat.
bones.
I mean, it's about 6 feet. I mean, it's fairly large.
I'm also not reaching in there to grab the body parts that we already. I still don't know what that liquid is. I have no idea.
It's like water.
You can touch it.
You can lift it. You can
Lick
lift
it. Lick it. Lick it.
Lick.
Oh, you can lift it and just tip it.
Lift and
We're gonna
lift
pour it
and-
out.
Well, if we have to burn the body parts in there.
Where's it gonna go?
On the floor!
This just causes a bigger mess.
The earth will absorb the liquid.
Well, it's all rock down here. We're like 50 feet down at least.
I don't know.
Actually, this is like a 200
I guess
foot
we have to
chamber.
take trips, okay? Here,
We're gonna do
take the cauldron.
Oh
down
yeah.
the stairs, Go dump it in some dumpster, and then come back down.
Dumpsters
Fill
are
it
in.
again.
Can I carry the cauldron? Is it? How heavy is it if I try to lift it?
Well, first off, I was gonna say it's really hot, but that doesn't matter to you.
Okay.
Don't spill it.
Roll a strength check.
Is it even gonna fit outside the
Sure,
door?
let's do it.
That's a better question.
I mean, you are filling it with things, and it's full of water, and it's like a 5 to 6 foot.
Is
And-
that water? Is that what that is?
It's essentially just boiling water.
Better question.
Wait, so does that mean it's clear?
I mean, it's dark because you're in a freaking dungeon. If you were to take it out in the daylight, it might be easier to see.
Everybody can see the body parts of me? We need food coloring.
It's not a thing.
No, it doesn't matter. Just
Damn it.
Roll a strength check.
Oh, you got it.
Easy,
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
yeah, easy money for you.
All right. I'm sure what I'll carry this upstairs.
All right, so you begin to make your way up the stairwell. It's a little bit of a tight squeeze in the stairwell, but you do manage. And you finally make your way into the kitchen.
I'm assuming we all see this, right?
I'm
Well, he's in the kitchen right now.
walk out
Well,
and just kind of.
nobody's in the kitchen. They're in the bar.
Yeah, they're in the bar area.
Okay.
So then you eventually do make your way out into the bar area.
You have
Can I roll like stealth?
With
Try and
disadvantage.
be like just kind of unnoticed.
Yeah, go for it with disadvantage.
Man, I got disadvantage just rolling on it. I'm pretty sure I have a negative bonus. It's gonna be great. Oh, where is it? There it is. Yeah, -1.
You gotta roll 2 nat 20s.
Oh god.
We're gonna die.
Don't
All right, so I mean,
Up in the beard.
it's not that you're loud, but the cauldron itself is just sloshing around. The bones inside are clanking against the metal interior.
What's my passive perception?
Raw
Everyone-
sewage! Back away! Raw sewage coming through! Back away! Don't
Roll,
rush
roll a deception.
away!
Tadad, what are you going to dump that
Raw
out?
sewage, I don't know.
Roll a deception, Dradar.
Deception, I really don't know. Where am I gonna dump this?
I feel like a dumpster out back.
There's no dumpsters. That's not a thing.
We're on the mountain. I can just like throw it down the hill, right?
The mountain's so far away. You're just horrible. people.
Deception. I don't even know what I'm deceiving.
It's not why I expected to go down.
How did you truly expect it to go?
So Dradar,
Fact.
your wording of like there's raw sewage, nobody's buying it, but what everyone does buy is the horrible smell that is coming from the cauldron. And like people are not even acknowledging what you're saying, but they're just like if there's people in the they eventually like will steer clear of you. Not even because of your words, but because of what it smells like and what you smell like.
On the fence.
What are you doing with that?
Get rid of it.
What are you tossing?
Not here.
Just right out front.
Where the sign used to be. It's a big hole in the
You
ground.
mean on top of our building?
Well, no, not there, but I'd be like down the road-ish.
You're going to toss bodies?
Do you have a what?
You're going to toss bodies? I was going to
Don't
wait.
say that out loud.
You know, I'm whispering it to you.
Okay.
We were going to wait until we had everybody here to see if somebody knew somebody to be literated about these bodies.
Do you really want to show all the staff the dead bodies in the
No,
basement?
we were just going to ask the fucking manager that we wanted to promote.
Or got like,
You're not
I
here.
know.
well, I already got the stuff upstairs. I'm not taking it back down. Just go ahead, help me find a place then.
Brandon, just get it out of here.
Let the patrons smell it. I'm going out the door. I'm going out the front door.
So you're just walking out, Dradar?
No, I was walking out front door.
All right, so you head out the front door. It's nice and bright, beautiful day.
Is Mosley
Staring at
scared?
some dead bodies.
And I'm gonna walk around out back at least while we figure this out.
All right,
Find
so
stand in the middle of the street.
all right, you head to the back. And like it was kind of described before, like the building is kind of lonesome where it is, and then the rest of it is more paved dirt that encircles it. So it is kind of all alone. There is no back. I mean, there's the back of the building, but if you're looking for like a back alley to try and dump it, there's no kind of alley behind the building.
No, I just didn't want to be in like the main street where all the foot traffic is.
All right, yeah. So you're kind of just hugging the back of the building.
So what is out like beyond the back of the building? Like, is there more town, or is it
Yeah,
further?
there's more town. About so the circular dirt that circles the tavern, it is about 30 feet wide, and then you hit the rest of the buildings in the town.
So there are more buildings over there. Okay. Boy, what do they do with sewage in this town?
Who are you asking?
Where's the ship pit?
Xerxes
Probably
gone.
Xerxes, but he's not in the room anymore. So that makes that difficult. Yeah, that's difficult. Go ahead there. I know we didn't see anything like that on our way in, did we? I assume not.
Like a dumping site.
Yeah, something.
No, you guys weren't really looking for anything like that.
Yeah, I figured. I don't want to carry
Yeah,
this.
you didn't really think this one through, did you, Jar?
We're coming up with it as we go. That's how all the best plans come together.
So yeah, I'm waiting for that plan.
Might be a little sketchy in town.
So meanwhile, we're gonna cut back inside.
Cool.
Okay.
Without being cut off, I'm gonna go look for more finances.
Where are you going to look?
I'm gonna assume the kitchen.
All right, go ahead and roll an investigation.
Can you roll it for me? I don't want.
Oh my God, that's right. God damn it.
The kitchen has some real.
Also, before you hit roll, under in the chat box where it says as DM
Oh
and
my
then
goodness.
arrow.
It doesn't matter.
It does.
It doesn't matter.
It does.
It doesn't
So I'm gonna
matter.
be a player bonus. Did you do
Don't
that?
worry. Don't worry. Lopez, your demand has been heard, and I declined it.
Swear.
Paul, somebody asked you if you almost said the soup store. I don't know.
What?
It's the soup store.
Somebody else said.
It said the soup store.
You're
Question.
You're awful.
Just almost say that, Paul.
That was probably what I'm trying to figure out what this is called.
All right, so get off of me, Hap. You don't find any paperwork inside the kitchen area. I'm so glad we could discuss the business and finance of D&D on the stream. But yeah, you don't find anything in there, Kygo.
I was looking more for a safe box, but okay.
Well, I mean, the only safe that was in there was the one that Iona found, and it only had the money in it.
Didn't see that safe yet.
It's true. So, I mean, you do find a safe, but it's empty.
Ah. Okay, that raises a couple questions. I'm gonna jot that down for later when we have our staff meeting.
Who stole?
I'm gonna head back outside and I'm gonna.
Remember that payday we had earlier?
Who's still inside?
Tally, I am,
Callie, Salo, and Iona.
and his girlfriend. No, I'm downstairs, but I guess.
Are you still downstairs?
I'm here.
And Xerxes. Even in one goddamn building, you guys choose to still split up.
Okay.
Why would no? It's your
I
fuck
thought
up.
you
You
walked
do it.
out.
No, he's the one
Tell me
fucking
about
up.
the ship pit.
You're
I
like,
never said I was gonna do that.
What are we doing?
You're the one who wants to do some dumbass
I'm
shit.
gonna
You're
grab
so-
2 cups of ale, and
All right.
I'm going to give one to Xerxes
All right.
and wave him over and point at one of the stalls.
Which stalls? What do you mean? Oh, like the booths?
Yeah, that thing.
All right. Xerxes, you see Kygo sitting down at one of the booths, and he waves you over with a drink in his hand for you.
My kiss Mosley on the forehead. Head over.
All right.
Xerxes,
she's so confused.
So
I've been thinking things over, and I haven't truly been friendly at all to any of you. And I want to mend this just because I don't want to seem like the outcast of the group anymore, and I'd rather work better as a team knowing that there isn't anything in terms of bad blood between us.
in that regard.
I take a big gulp out of the air.
Why?
Out of the air. I know, just like Gordy said. Wow, that's very noble of you, Kyle. That being said, I will try my best. Well, you know that I've been trying my best to try to put on a good face for everyone.
A nod.
I'm getting, to be honest, I'm getting really bored here. We have to get going soon.
We do, but we have to make sure that this place at least knows what the whole plan is before we move.
Okay.
I also have. I'm gonna pull out the letters.
All right. Xerxes, you see Kygo pull out all the letters that you saw him have that he received from before.
Take a little sip of my ale.
Oh, she's not drunk. And I look over at Tolly. I need to talk to her about something that I just learned after reading all of these. And it kind of has to deal with something terrible between our backstories that I don't really want to cause any. I'm gonna just hand them to him and just have him read through like a few of, like
All right.
one from the beginning, one from the middle, one from the end, sort
All
of.
right. So Xerxes,
I read everything.
Xerxes, you read, skimming through these letters, you read about the about conflict happening between Kygo's clan and being attacked, and then them retaliating against this unknown enemy, finding out that this enemy is some other Tabaxi clan, and that the clan is called the Gathering, like whatever it is, like I don't have the name right now, but that it is a clan, and that they are attacking, and then eventually Kygo's clan was pushed away from their home. However, none of it in there says that Tali is connected to this clan, or that Tali has done anything directly involved with this.
Okay, that's not really good, but how does this affect Ali?
That's the problem. Is I don't know.
So you might bring up something that has nothing to do with that.
Then that'll be fine, because then she'll at least know something that might be on my mind almost 24/7, and it'll maybe create a bigger bond. I don't know, but if it does have something to do with her, I don't know. I'm fearing for the worst.
Okay, that's all well and good. Why are you trying to do this? This is more of a conversation we have with Tally. So.
She's drunk right now.
Is she? She seems pretty sober, right? I mean, she's getting there. She's definitely getting drunk.
Tali, you just drinking?
Yep.
Roll a con with disadvantage this time.
Huh?
Roll a con with disadvantage. Con save.
Disadvantage.
Okay.
She's
And
getting
I
there.
just wanted to be like, this is number 3. She's drunk. No, she's not. Looks over.
Now she's drunk. Now she's drunk.
You see her, and she's like, it seems like her hand is shaking because the bottle's just getting heavy as she just continues to drink from the bottle.
Now she's getting pretty drunk.
Okay, exactly. This isn't something to be telling her that she might forget.
Well, why didn't you tell us this before?
Because I didn't feel comfortable saying it before.
Okay, well,
Now we finally have a
Before
chance
is
to
like
like.
a 2-hour window and she's still waking up. It's about all you got every day.
okay.
We're always busy doing things and moving. It just doesn't. Nothing. We never have time to stop.
Do you want me to call that all that?
Well, not when she's drunk. Just. She won't know that you and I talked about this. So hopefully, if something happens, you can at least talk to her when I can't. You're the only one that talks all the time.
I mean, I'm good at it.
You have a high charisma score.
Fine. If it comes to blows, I just would try to resolve the situation.
Thank you. With that, I'll take like one giant sip, slam the cup down, and get up.
Gotta let it at least get started though. So
All right.
no cat fight.
Cat fight.
Yeah, cat fight. Bruh. Just won't be able to say it.
That's if. That is if.
All right.
I kind of make my way over to Mafia,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna like whisper to her, like, so what are you planning to head home?
Well, I was going to start packing today and probably leave later in the afternoon. At this point, it's about noon.
Okay, so we have like 2 hours.
2 more hours. 2 more hours, and then we can speed through.
You should.
Don't say that.
Should go look for it. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I forgot her name. Whatever it is. You should go find Luma. Because she's worried sick about you.
That sounds like a good idea. I'll go try and find her. And with that, she takes off upstairs and goes to try and find Luma.
Okay, so you guys, we have about 2 hours to kill. The dot is doing something dumb. I don't know what anyone was at. Well, Tally's pretty much beating us.
It's instigating them.
Yeah. Have you thought of anything, Dradar? Is it even worth cutting back to you?
Yeah,
What was that?
I do have an idea.
All right, we'll cut back to Dradar real fast.
We're going back to it?
Yep.
Okay, so for now, I'm gonna set this down behind the bar. For now, I'm just gonna. Is there like a tarp or something back here?
There's not
Like
massive
literally
stuff.
just like some canvas.
Roll investigation.
Just literally anything that I could cover this up with real quick while I do something.
You don't find like a. You find like cloth, like old trash cloth, but nothing like it's nothing like fancy. But you do find some like ruined
I
cloth.
just cover the top. So
Yeah. All right.
I just cover that up, and then I'm gonna walk out. I'm gonna walk back to that main street. I want to look and see if there actually is like any kind of sewer in this town, because I know while like indoor plumbing and all that doesn't exist at this kind of time period, sewers were a thing. It's more of just like you pour the stuff in,
All right.
forget about it. But like, I want to see if this town does have any kind of.
Go ahead and roll another investigation.
Just thinking back to Oblivion right here.
The first place you go to.
Pour it down there with the vampires.
What?
Dude, if Primora has fucking vampires we have to do with too. Oh my god.
Tell you, that's Psalm the Blood one. We'll be rich.
So, Jadar, you do notice as you're walking along the main roads that it probably is affected from the miners, but that there are like small tunnels, there are openings in the floor. Because I mean it's all built like on a slope that meet in the middle, and so there are like openings about 3 feet in diameter that then disappear into blackness as if to simulate some sort of sewer. And I already know what you're thinking, so go ahead and roll a sleight of hand.
Well, I'm gonna at least like take a look inside first to make sure I'm not like
He's got to pay a
about
fine for
to
dumping.
flood somebody's hovel or something.
He's got to pay a fine for dumping.
Well, looking down, it's very deep and dark. I mean, you can see until it like hits a corner and just turns inside the mountain somewhere. So it's hard to tell where it's gonna go.
I just like yell down the hole. Is anybody down there?
No, I'm just kidding. You don't hear anybody.
All right, look out below.
Oh,
Sleight of hand check.
All right, go ahead and roll a sleight of hand.
He's doing this.
So there's a bunch of holes. There's a bunch of holes in the ground that just go down into the mountain. So like way down there. So sure.
You got it too.
Oh Jesus Almighty!
He sees you. Just like limbs fall over. Oh shit! Oh fuck!
So Jadar, you open the you're trying so hard like you set the cauldron down next to the hole and you kind of look around and you like lift it up and you try and do this in like one swift motion. You go and you just dump it down, but you grab it and it slips out from your hand and this arm just like lands on the street and you're just like. And like as you're trying to like pick it up, like you're trying to like kick it to go down into the hole, one of the volunteer guards sees you like messing with this limb and is like, "What are you doing?"
the Bifrost vein all over again.
Right?
Yeah.
I want to take a potion too. I know what to do.
What
We
are you
all-
doing?
The gem of the place.
I turn to the guy and I'm like, all right, come here. I need to talk to you.
Oh my god, no.
Yes, you certainly will.
Listen, I didn't want people to have to see this, but obviously you saw the dragon leaving, left a little bit of a mess behind. Just trying to get that out of the public eye. I'm sure you can understand. Maybe you could help, actually.
Roll a persuasion with disadvantage because he has seen you try and dump the bodies.
Also, where does this hole go?
Oh, yeah, that's also probably important.
Hey.
Actually,
He looks at you, very dumbfounded by the information that you just kind of sprung on him, but he looks at you and he's like, "Well, these holes lead all the way through until to an opening in the very bottom of the mountain, so that water and everything cannot just condense up here. That is
Nobody lives down there or anything?
huh?
Nobody lives down there or anything then?
No, only I mean, some miners might get wet, and sometimes it might find an opening that something will slip out of. So a miner might find your arm that you just threw down there.
That's fine. I'm sure they've seen worse.
I doubt it. I honestly.
Maybe. I suppose. I suppose that does make sense, seeing that there was a dragon. But perhaps you should do this on the outskirts of the town and not in the very center of the town, next to a hole.
Do you have a better place for me to go?
Anywhere but here.
A specific. All right. Well, I'll find something. Thank you, officer.
You're welcome. Please take care.
Trying to. I return into the bar to go down and start working on the second load.
To that, wait. This.
Oh, it's up there, dude.
What are you doing?
Oh, I found a place to dump the soup.
The soup.
Look at the patrons and going, soup.
The day-old soup.
They
No
all
good anymore.
Still, it's gross. Expired. Smells like it too.
Whoa! 2 hours. We're going to have a discussion with the staff about this soup, and they will figure it out while we go do our thing.
Oh no, a guard already told me where I could dump it.
What's a god?
Yeah, it's fine. I explain the whole thing.
That's great. That's fine.
Don't want to go tell all his buddies.
What's that?
What did you say?
I said, "Oh, don't worry. He's gonna go tell all his buddies."
Let's hold off on your second trip.
Oh, I'm down here. Come bring the cooler back.
What do I need to at least? Do I need to at least take this back upstairs? It still smells like soup.
Soup, yes. Yes, go take it down. Because
Please.
nobody wants to smell the soup. How do you do that?
All right.
Get back to the soup store.
Iona, you find your dar eventually comes down.
The soup store! Fuck you!
There's the soup reference. So your dar, or Iona, you eventually find your dar coming back downstairs.
Yeah, I'm taking it back down.
Iona,
I have a nice, neat pile of body parts ready to go.
Oh, that's great. That's cool.
your dar, you come down and everything is just so organized in terms of limb efficiency.
So we have
Stacked, arms are with arms and legs are with legs. Very, very efficient, very clean.
race.
See, I don't know what this is talking about. Like, this is all we've got this all ready to
I
go. We
figured
can get this
could-
out of here
I
now.
figured we could do stuff while they were arguing in this time.
Yeah, the guard showed me a place I could dump it. There are a bunch of holes all around the place.
Perfect.
Nobody anyone cares about down there. It's fine.
All right, let's see if we can.
There's
fix
just like some
this.
water supply or something. I'm sure nobody drinks from that.
Let's just see if all this fits in there this time.
How much?
Pile.
So it would take about 3 trips.
Okay, we're almost
Three trips?
there. We're almost
Okay,
there.
we're getting close. We're getting close.
You need to do 3 more trips.
How long did it take? How long did it take me to do the first one?
The first one, because they want you to kind of go more to the outskirts, it'd probably take you about 45 minutes
Yeah, exactly. For the whole thing.
for the whole thing to get there and bring it back.
Oh yeah, that's fine. We get that done before the meeting. No problem. We
It's
don't want to
12
leave this
o'clock.
down here. We don't want our
You said 2
home
hours.
base to smell like soup. Nobody's down there.
Nobody cares about downstairs.
No one's gonna be able to eat soup the same. And if they ever go to a tavern and they're gonna be like, "Would you like our soup?" and you're gonna be like, "No, no, I do not want your soup."
Okay, would you like the blood wine then? Oh yes, of course.
All right, so are you? How many trips? Because if you do all 3 trips, you're gonna be 15 minutes late to the meeting.
But like I said, there was only I only had 2. Like it was 3 for
Three.
the whole thing.
Yeah, 3 more trips. So you
So
have-
for everything left.
3 trips and 45 minutes for each trip.
You got this. I'll go talk to.
So you could do 2 trips.
Yeah, just cover for me. I don't want to leave any body parts down here.
You're
So
I got your back.
I got your back. All right, so do you both head upstairs for the first trip?
resident psychopaths.
Are you guys heading upstairs?
Yeah.
All right, so Xerxes, you see Jadar and Iona come back up with the cauldron again.
I look up from one of my books. Are you just...
So take care of this. Moving soup.
I thought we talked about no more soup dumping.
I'm gonna get the door for Jadar. Be like, here you go, sir.
Oh my god.
I have to discuss it with my manager.
You are the manager.
I'm gonna go out that way and go look for some incense sticks
Oh,
and other supplies
I was
that I might
That's a
need.
good idea, actually.
Kyle, you can't really find anything. You should ask people whether you can find incense. Because you have a very hard time finding it.
Listen, just because I couldn't find a goddamn barrel doesn't mean I can't find a store.
You couldn't find a barrel?
Tell
When?
you. I can help you.
Oh my god.
When couldn't you find the barrel?
Tali,
What?
let's go find stores. Come on, bring your wine. Bye, Xerxes.
I'm left alone again with my books.
I'm
You
there.
want to help move
I'm
soup?
just gonna-
I'm not moving the goddamn soup.
Xerxes, would you like to read from the book?
Yes. Jesus.
All right. We are going to read from Oli's book.
No, I never said that book. I just said from a book. I don't know what.
Oh, you're going to read a book? Okay.
Hold on. Does somebody have a coin? I want to flip for this.
There's a coin thing on
I
there.
don't want to flip this on this.
She doesn't like roll 20.
No, I actually just like to flip shit in real life.
Xerxes doesn't like math, actual math.
Do you actually have?
I actually have coins.
Do you have a,
I
just
have
give me
my
a coin real
wallet
quick.
on me.
Why is it so hard? Just give me a fucking coin.
I'm just gonna walk back into the bar area and be like, oh shit, do I smell like soup?
Okay. Tells. Well, it tells the fucking autobiography. Well, they're both autobiographies. No, I think what. It tells Primora, heads Ollie. All right, I'm reading Primora's book.
All right.
Can I? No, I'm going
I'm gonna
back.
flip a lot. I know it.
So much talk.
Guys, I'm trying to learn in here.
All right, hang on.
I'm trying to learn from an old dragon.
Put on that sweet backstory music.
We have like 3 that are just us because we're that boring.
5.
5 actually. Wow.
Woo, new record.
Bobby, like, it's great.
All right, so Xerxes, you go ahead and slap that big fat book onto the counter that you're sitting at, and turn the heavy page over. It's very old parchment that's inside. It must have been inked or stained from a while ago.
Salud.
But it's
Salud. Hey, I'm trying to read here.
I'm outside.
But you're here.
so reading through the book, through the first few pages, and having to use your feat or your trait to be able to read it. Yeah, that's what evocation. Using your evocation to read it, you learn about Primora, how he doesn't remember much from before the mountain that he was in, that he had been here for 300 years, and that even during the war, the Great 100-Year War, he was very conservative about it. He doesn't interact like he kind of told all you guys. You know, it was a very petty thing for him. He was not interested in any sort of squabbles between all the different armies, and so he basically sat it out. However, he did have previous relations with with Omar and the Bifrost. And he would still keep in touch about what was going on, but never actually concerned with helping out or assisting in any way. Because again, it wasn't to his liking. He liked reading. He liked his stories. So he would just more prefer going and learning these different stories. On occasion, he would actually fly to different regions and turn himself into whatever creature it was that deemed him necessary to travel safely through whatever region he was in, and just to kind of catch these different experiences and war stories of what was going on. And overall, he found it very entertaining to see people that were to him so small and inferior that they had such pride and drive and emotion to do something which to him was a cause that was pointless and meaningless. So he just found it very curious and interesting. But that's really much what you read about is just kind of like this general overview of his perspective. And because it's not broken up like, oh, this is the day I was born to when now. It's more of like a memoir of different thoughts that he has on things. And so that was the memoir that you kind of read, was his more perspective on the war.
I'm assuming this whole thing I'm reading is like 2 hours long. Is this going to take me?
All right, so you continue. So so we'll say that takes you about 2 hours to read. So we'll cut over to someone else. Tally, what are you doing?
I'm going with Kygo.
All right, so you and Kygo are heading off to the stores, right?
Yeah.
All right, what are you guys looking for?
I'm looking for like a general goods store.
A general goods store. All right. I will say that it takes you guys about an hour of walking around before you guys do find something. And I'm assuming you guys are going in.
Yeah.
You guys walk in and you see a human male working in the store. He's currently stocking inventory of goods, mostly food goods.
Can I help you?
Not really paying attention to you.
Excuse me.
It's a Walmart reader.
Oh yes, how can I help you?
Would you happen to have? I'm gonna look at my backpack and look back, but looking back up. Incense sticks, rations, and torches, and other like exploration-esque
It's a general
tools and
goods store.
items.
It's not an expensive.
I do.
Oh my God, never mind.
Well, I mean, it is a town where people just go to travel and stay. So that's how they make their money. Is they they sell the items that travelers need. Now,
So good.
So good.
so yes,
Almost done with season 2.
I can arrange for purchase. And what about you, ma'am?
I'm just following him.
Very well.
Things.
How many rations are you looking to buy?
10.
All of them.
10. All right. It is 5 pieces per ration.
That's all. That's all.
So 50.
I shall purchase.
All right.
But
So
before I also get.
yes, of course. So you have 50 gold pieces for your rations. Incense sticks you can get in bundles of 5 or 10. What are you looking for?
We'll do a bundle of 10.
A bundle of 10. That'll be 3 gold pieces.
So 53, and then
And you're looking for torches.
torches and kindling matchboxes.
How many of each?
6 torches and 10 matchboxes.
10 matchboxes. Okay. For your torches, that'll be 3 gold pieces each.
Oh, Jesus. Can we do math, please?
Do math, please. How many do you want? 6. That's 18. And
Okay.
tinder boxes are 1 per. So 10. So 28.
28 plus 53.
No, it's fine.
28 plus 53 is 61.
What, Killian?
That's
28 plus 53 is 81. Sorry.
Okay.
So go ahead and subtract 81,
794.
and he hands you over your supplies.
794. And how many more incense sticks do you have in stock?
This
is not for personal. This is more of industrial.
I have.
my bulk.
I mean, I don't know the inventory off the top of my head. I could go look if you'd like.
Please,
Very well.
as a fellow business owner,
Oh my god.
please.
As a business owner,
And what do you need all this incense for?
so you he heads into the back.
Where's
He comes back and he says, "I have
diesel soup?
I have a little over 100 incense sticks in my full inventory.
Don't need it all.
Why?
We have a very potent smell of soup,
You could have just said I'm a cleric. Don't ask these questions, but whatever.
and we need to air it out-ish by masking it with pleasant smells.
Or we just
And
like to be high, so we
How
don't.
many incense sticks are you looking to purchase?
50.
50. Okay. For bundles of 10, that was 3 gold pieces. So you have 15 gold pieces to give to me.
And I shall give you 15 gold pieces.
So your total comes to 96.
And I shall hand him over the money.
All right. Is there anything else that you require?
That should be. Do you have an apple?
You said that was it?
That's it, just an apple.
Oh, an apple? Very well. That'll be. I mean, that'll be 2 silver pieces.
$20. Goddamn apple. Jesus, sorry.
Silver is cheaper.
Can I just give you 9 gold and call it good?
Absolutely, you can.
That you literally overpriced 1 gold and
So
5.
was less than gold.
Listen.
Well, that's round numbers.
Thank you.
You overtipped him.
That's why I bet.
9 gold pieces?
Yeah. He
You're
overtipped
just,
him.
you're just giving him. Okay. He accepts your 9 gold pieces and hands you over a nice shiny apple.
See, I would have probably gotten a shitty apple if I got.
I don't think that's true at all.
Whatever. I thank him and I will exit the store.
All right. So you and Tali head out. Are you guys just head back to the bar?
Yeah.
All right. Iona, is there anything you'd like to do? Oh, you guys are still dumping, right?
I mean, I have to
we're-
wait for Jadar to get back, but yeah.
So we're going to say, for the essence of time, that it is now just about 2 p.m.
I will clarify that before dumping body parts down any hole, I do yell, "Look out below," just in case.
Thank you for your consideration, Jadar.
It really attracts people to look at you more.
So you guys,
I'm out of town now.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, they sent me out of town. The guard's like, "Please don't dump the bodies down the hole in town."
yeah, so you guys kind of went to the outskirts. All right,
Oh,
Thanks, Mr. Policeman.
Chase, you guys get 2 dump loads down before you guys have to make your way back for the meeting. At this point, the bartender has taken over for his afternoon shift at 1, so he's been working for an hour. And yeah, and Xerxes, you finish up reading about Primora's perspective on the 100-Year War.
Decent. How far into the book am I?
I mean, you've taken like a small cake slice out of a whole cake.
So, like, percentage-wise, how would
Let's say that you've gotten 5% of the book.
Hey, reading 5% of a book in one sitting is still a feat.
You should I totally advise you as the god DM that you should totally read from Oli's book next time.
I was. Well,
So
see,
that-
I was going to. Now that the gods themselves are telling me to do it, now I feel like I should do the other thing.
I mean, I can just say the book catches on fire.
Well,
Really
what's-
sensitive. It's been
That's
sitting in
not
dark-
realistic.
Not with me around.
Spontaneous combustion isn't
All right. Anyways, so you guys all kind of meet back at 2 p.m.
How many of the staff have like filed in?
So you have the bartender, and you have 5 of the 6 cleaning attendants.
One's missing.
Yes. I'm sorry, actually 4 of 6. I should say 4 of 6.
Unacceptable.
Well, they explained to you that they are the evening shift, and so that is why they're not there.
They're probably sleeping right now.
Probably. Well,
Address your
to get things started, my name is Kygo, and I am one of the 5 new owners of this establishment. As you guys may have noticed from yesterday, if you were awake, there was a change in management, and the other manager has left us.
That's full of coop.
I'm gonna wave over to like point at Xerxes
Wait.
in agreement. And we called you guys here simply to both introduce ourselves as well as make sure that management runs almost as similar, if not better, for the upcoming years, and to also ask how our finances are, because I can't seem to find a safe that has both paper and finance, so I'd like to know that, if I may, bartender.
I can show you where the documents are, where Izala kept them.
After the meeting. And
Yes.
I'll do Xerxes to introduce himself.
My name is Xerxes. Pleasure to meet you all.
They'll kind of give like nods and small grunts. So when Tali stands up, she's gonna admit that she's an alcoholic, right? And
Yeah.
This is Tally.
We all called you here today, not for a business meeting, but actually it's an intervention.
It's an intervention.
And I
am an alcoholic
I said-
and I don't care.
I stand next to Tally and Jadar. This is Tally, this is Jadar. They both have a drinking problem. They're only allowed 1 free drink a month.
Joking.
You are playing this up way out of proportion.
No,
Nope,
no.
nope.
In my case,
You called the rock of drunkards because you got so cheap.
3 towns ago. Oh,
It was
8 times ago.
2. It was literally, yeah, it was the last time we went to.
That was in the court.
Which is connected to the Bifrost name. It's the exact same
I
time.
consider it different.
So then just 1 time, 2 times.
Anyways,
Oh, and this is Iona.
she flipped off the staff.
You
Oh, is that what she did? I couldn't see it because their camera's out.
She flicked off the staff, apparently.
They'll
Well,
give you
Which one did you flick off?
The staff.
Oh,
Can you?
they all give you like really confused looks.
Well, don't pay attention to her. Anyways, if you can, bartender, please show me where all this wonderful paperwork is.
We're more of a business partner.
He takes you into the kitchen, and in one of the bottom counters or one of the bottom cupboards is a much smaller safe that he opens, and he tells you that he reaches behind the safe, and he like pulls out a key and then uses it to unlock the safe.
I'm listening, by the way.
Oh, Xerxes is following me apparently.
I will let you know that the safe that Iona got all the money from, she was only able to get it because she lockpicked, and the only key that was to that safe was the one that Izala took with her when she flew away. So currently have no key for the actual safe.
Okay.
The key to the safe. Well, I
To the money safe, not the financial safe.
The one that we're at right now is a smaller one that has a key to it.
Okay.
The one that she went to,
They had the money.
yes.
We don't know about this. The bigger.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah. So I'm gonna shuffle through the paperwork and then ask him: do we have a personal treasury in the building?
You mean a place that we store?
Funds.
Yes, it is just over here. And he closes the cupboard and walks over, and he points to the safe that is open, the one that you kind of took a brief glance at, and he's like, "What? Who?" And he like crouches down. He's getting really worried. He's like, "This was our safe. This is where our oh my god." Izala was the only one who had a key. Did she rob us before? And he's just like confused. He just doesn't understand like what's going on.
It's very possible.
Oh no, this is a serious.
No, you don't know. It don't matter. This
She's
shit.
the only one that.
Well-
she's the one that gave us the money.
We all do know that we all got paid like 500 gold each.
Yeah,
About 2 minutes after everything happened.
Do I hear Kygo?
Of course.
Kygo,
We're not 20 yards away.
I can't hear.
I mean, yeah, you are in the bar, so yeah, you do hear from the kitchen Kygo's screams of like, Iona!
I'm gonna just head upstairs.
Everyone, you hear Kygo yell for Iona, and then Iona just kind of turn and just walk to the stairwell to go upstairs.
Goes.
Oh, there she goes. Watch out, boy. She'll steal your money.
All right. Kygo, Iona does not come to you.
Well, that's.
All right. I'm gonna hand him 500 gold and say, hold on to this, put it in there. When you get a chance, get a locksmith. Get a key for this place, so that we can have one.
All right. I will go take care of that now.
Also,
Thank you.
we have a very private matter to discuss. So, since one of you, we are going to need to hire another bartender since Azala or Primora, whatever you want to call it, is gone. You're probably going to hire another bartender. And since apparently you are the one with the most experience, you will be running this place while we are not here. So congratulations, you're being promoted.
My
Great.
goodness. New management and a new promotion.
Yep, it's a very eventful day.
And who says big corporations aren't looking out for the little guy?
We're a startup.
We're very small.
We're a startup
wait
company.
till we
Thank you.
franchise.
We're a startup
Thank
company.
you.
You're gonna be stuck as GM
Also-
forever.
I mean, look at you guys are like a big company. We're a hostile takeover and just took out the one individual who owned this place.
All right, so, and I whisper into his ear.
Actually, we won it on a bet, technically.
So some things are going to be changing. One, we are not going to be offering blood wine or dragon meat anymore.
That is the main attraction of our tavern. That's how we generate like half our revenue.
Are we going to change it now? Most of our inventory is gone. They flushed it away.
No, but see, that's just that's one piece of.
Not the
Yeah.
inventory, the ingredients.
Yeah.
So, and I'm
That's my
I'm
plan.
also gonna lean in and whisper to the bartender. We have the recipe. We can change it, but still keep the name, simply because you don't want to know where the initial recipe came from.
Soup.
Not there. Shut up.
I mean, yes, if you give me the new recipe, I can work with it.
Wonderful. Give him a slap on the back, and then I'll stand up.
I believe that's workers' assault. He's gonna sue you for that 500 gold you just gave.
What?
I'm just-
Falls on the ground. Workers' comp. Workers' comp.
I got new management, promoted, and then I took over the company myself. All in a matter of 24 hours.
Also, Primora left a very horrible, disgusting mess downstairs.
We took care of that.
Is that what I've been seeing Jodar carting back and forth?
We're the last one
Yes,
wrapped up.
that is.
I would also like to say that I'm not ignoring Shadisa, or that we're not. Thank you for all the comments.
Oh, what?
She's just commenting on all our sweet stuff that we're saying.
God.
That was not there like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's ignore Daddy Kygo. Kaigi.
All right. Anyways, so this is your friend, correct? Harmony.
That's her friend.
Yeah, Shadisa. All right. Anyways, so
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm fucking trying to.
he looks at you and he's like, yes, I assume that is what Jodar was taking care of. It smelled awful.
Indeed. But yeah. One,
Can I hear them talking about this, or are they away from all of us?
I'm whispering.
They're in the kitchen.
I'm whispering most of the stuff, so no.
So yeah, they're in the kitchen and whispering, especially this stuff. So no.
But we need to.
that should be everything that we need to talk about.
Okay.
Get another staff member, change the recipe, keep the name, and do not sell whatever left of inventory we have of that particular item.
I mean, we could still sell blood wine, but dragon meat is going to go bad. Well, it should be bad by now. So are we going to continue swimming? You decide what's going to be up with the blood wine.
The meat, for all we know, has to go out and not be sold.
The meat is gone, but the blood wine is still good.
I see. Very well.
And if Tali asks for any drinks, make sure that she goes for blood wine first before any else in our inventory. Otherwise, she's going to deplete it.
She's going to bleed and die.
Yes, I noticed that while I was working the bar. In the mere hour that I worked, she finished 1.5 bottles of the blood wine, 60 proof.
Yes, she's got quite the limit.
She's very small
Very small.
Indeed.
and very surprising.
Anyways, that should be all. Thank you for your cooperation and understanding through all of this.
Of course. And with that, he's like, should I go find the locksmith then?
Indeed.
And with that, he heads out. And the rest of the staff are kind of milling about, just waiting for whatever else you guys were gonna say.
We got
I would personally like to put back the money. That's just me. I put back my portion.
we got 500 gold.
Yeah, I have 200 left for personal spending, but I'd rather the most of my money go back to here.
I have no qualms with investing.
You're not here.
No, he is. We're outside. We're in
Just
the bar.
walk back out
We
to the
did.
bar.
Okay, never mind.
Turns to you.
He
You're
turns
not
to you.
here.
You're not here. You're a ghost. You're not a ghost. I was going to say.
You've been dead for years.
You're all dead.
Oh my God. You're not please.
All right.
But
What's next?
I pull out the pouch that I was given the 500 gold in, and I hand it over. Like,
I thought we were all giving
Invested.
350.
I didn't give you 500.
Yeah, she gave us
That's
350.
true. I was like,
wait, it was 350?
Yeah, she kept most of the
Let's say
shit.
500. Oh, that was just what you
Because
put
I
back.
had in
That's
my.
what he put in.
Yeah.
All right. So is everyone returning? Oh, Kygo, you see that Iona is not in the bar either.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get that.
I need to.
You're gonna go find them. But
I
she's
will.
very stealthy, so good luck with that.
Can I get 2 employees with me, please?
Oh my God, don't.
The afternoon shift comes. The morning shift asks if they can be excused for the day.
You
Yes.
guys are excused. You guys are doing
Right. They head out, and the two afternoon attendants come to you, and they say, "Well, what do you need?"
If I cannot find her, I need you guys to help me find her.
Who are we looking for?
The purple-haired girl.
We're looking for another manager.
Yes. She ran upstairs.
You don't know that.
Oh, wait.
It's true. You don't know that.
yeah,
She ran away
She went to
when I called for her.
Oh, does Sally say that she went up to the rooms?
Holly.
She's drunk. She can say
Holly,
what she
I'm her
wants.
friend.
She's drunk.
Tali.
Tally, what do you say? Do you say
I'll-
anything?
She went that way.
She went up
Where are you pointing?
the rooms.
She's drunk enough. She probably points in like 4 directions, like that way.
I need you
Tally,
guys-
roll another con save with disadvantage.
Okay.
I need you guys' help finding her, please.
Oh,
Put it,
you want
to
me
put
say
it
that?
bluntly, she has some of the income for this place, and it needs
God.
to be.
Tally, you're barely hanging on.
No. my-
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna go run off to the rooms and shout for Iona.
I'm going to wait downstairs for
All right. So
Downstairs for Masville.
I take that last shipment of soup, boss.
Do it.
So Iona, where did you go upstairs?
You got boss.
I don't know. Let's say I went to the 2nd floor somewhere.
Why don't you use the map that I showed?
Wait, there's a map showing
Yeah.
you now?
No, shared it in the group chat.
In the group chat, the map.
Floors.
Do you want me to pick a room exactly?
Yeah, I need to know because I'm not just gonna send them on a wild goose chase. I need to know where you went.
Can I just stealth like under a bed?
I need to know what room.
Okay, I know. We're getting to the picture.
If you're like, I didn't know if you wanted to go into a closet or go into a room or something.
Oh, no, I'm gonna go into a room. A room with a window.
What?
Well, unfortunately, All the rooms are locked because they're hotel rooms.
Room because you didn't grab any keys.
Well, then I'll pick a lock. Gosh dang it.
All right, then I need you to sleight of hand.
What if somebody's in there?
Wait, is the thieves tool different? Like, is the
Thieves, yeah, use thieves tool for it. So use thieves tool. All right, I need you to roll a D100. We're gonna find out how lucky you are at picking a room.
Can I be stealthy in the room? Oh,
Harmony, you pick a lock into the room, and you luckily find that the room is empty.
oh, okay. That's yeah. Didn't think about that.
All right, you closing the door behind you.
Yeah,
All right, and what are you doing?
I'm gonna hide. Can I like climb up into the corner of a wall like with my daggers?
She's gonna slide.
Wait, so you mean like Jim Carrey's How the Grinch Stole Christmas when he sat up in there in the present room?
Yeah.
She's gonna just kind of like.
Go ahead, roll an athletics
Oh, why not acrobatics?
because you're using strength to climb up a wall. Let me rephrase that. You're using no strength to climb up a wall. It's very much like a cat trying to like claw at a laser pointer up a wall where it just hits it, it just goes like this, and you just keep on sliding down and you can't do anything.
Walls that we just got.
Roll a stealth check. All right. Luckily, you don't make a lot of noise with it as Kygo and the attendants are coming upstairs.
Can I just like slip under the bed?
Yes, you can go and hide under the bed. Kygo, and you said you're yelling for them, right?
Yes.
All right. Iona, you can hear Kygo in the like just shout, like muffled, but you can hear through the door, just like Iona. Silence.
I'm gonna go up to the doors
Okay.
and like try and open them just to see if I can open any.
Just with your own hands? No, that's not possible.
Well, she didn't lock her doors
Shut
recently.
up!
Exactly.
Well, I mean, you don't have to lock a door. A hotel room door will lock itself.
Not in the medieval times.
Oh, that's true, man. Sorry, I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt, Harmony.
Can I hear him trying the handles before?
Roll for it. Roll for what door you're
Kygo, you eventually find a door that opens, and you head inside. And there's
Can I
nobody.
look before I enter?
Can you look inside before you enter?
Yes.
Yes. Roll an investigation.
Cool.
There's people fucking in the sheets. That'd be great.
I don't want to see that.
You're going to see it no matter what.
I'm gonna see it.
You might.
Roll investigation, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Are you just like peeking your head in?
It essentially opening the door more than just a crack, and then just like
All right, go for it.
room service.
Looking inside, just through the small perspective, you don't see anything that looks really untouched, except for the giant scuff marks on the wall. That to you just don't make any sense. Why like there's like the wood of the wall just looks like it got like bashed in, and it was like going up towards the ceiling, but then it stops about halfway.
I'm gonna enter the room. Check the ceiling.
Iona, you can see. You can't see because it's like a drape over the bed's edge. But you can hear them through the. You can hear them walking in.
Are the rooms normally this?
Dude, you don't know. You just got there.
I saw it though. I'm talking to the housekeepers. I'm asking.
Oh, them. Oh, okay.
Is the room normally?
Are you talking about the damage?
Yes. I'm gonna point to the wall.
No. I don't know what that is. I don't think it was there yesterday on my shift.
A room?
Our party's been here.
I'm
Already
gonna,
damaging your own goddamn inn.
I'm gonna head over to the window to see if it's open.
The window is not open.
Cool. I'm gonna like lowly and innocently. Iona?
Iona, you hear Roll a persuasion for the innocents.
Oh boy.
Oh, nice.
I don't know. You hear a very soft-spoken and sincere Kygo who sounds very concerned as he just goes, Iona?
No.
I'm gonna use Celestial I'm gonna use Celestial Legacy.
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you. I'm gonna use that and then try to run all the way back downstairs.
All right. Hang on a second here. Let me think. All right. So you have to pull up the small curtain of the bed. Where are you casting Celestial Legacy?
Oh, not Celestial. No, sorry, the other one, the opposite of that, basically.
Necrotic Shroud?
Yeah.
That sounds like it's gonna hurt people. Please tell me you're not gonna hurt.
Now, hang on. So wait, you want them to be afraid of you?
Yes.
All right, so...
Great. Our employees are now afraid of one of our managers.
Good.
Oh my god. All right, so... Hang on a second.
It's gonna be
I
fantastic.
have it open.
So, Kygo,
So she
you need to find out what your... I don't know what save you would need to beat. Because I don't remember if it says...
It's up against yours, isn't it?
Hang on.
Charisma
Yeah.
saving throw.
What's your spell save DC?
Doesn't have one.
So it doesn't say what number she has to beat.
No, I'm looking now. Hang on. Necrotic, Shroud. Oh my god, where are you?
I'm gonna have to roll for that too.
What's your charisma at? Same as me.
How do you tell this? Because I can't find the number 120.
Oh, DC 8 plus your proficiency bonus and your charisma modifier.
Oh, damn.
So
What's your
in your spell save, it's 8 plus your proficiency plus your charisma, so it's 8 plus 3 plus
What's your charisma?
0. So you have an 11. So they have to beat an 11.
So you have to
So
so do a saving throw and you have to beat them.
Okay.
And so do the.
Here I go.
So yeah.
Fuck.
Or you actually getting it on this one part makes you beat it.
I was
8 and 11 means.
No, so it's just like roll on your roll that hit somebody. If you hit their base AC, you still make it. I
I
think.
always thought you did.
DM?
DM answers.
God damn it. Chase.
Is he afraid or not?
I'm trying to remember.
I'm pretty sure.
He makes it, right?
I don't know if matching is the same with saves and hits. I mean, it makes sense it should be.
Yeah, because if like I roll an 8 and I have to beat an 8.
Just look
Hang
at
on.
Yeah, let's look this up. This is part of D&D, guys. This is a real D&D experience.
Huh.
Use the necrotic shroud and it actually worked.
Well, you might be like the freaking your employees might be afraid of you now.
Good.
So someone says if it meets it, it beats it. I like that.
It meets it, it beats it.
If
That's
it meets it, it beats it.
that's fine.
So you just barely beat it. Let me roll for the employee. God rest her soul.
Just like boo! Oh wow. Okay,
She beats it as well. So I just imagine. So Kygo, all of a sudden, like as you go, like Iona, you hear this shuffling under the bed, and all of a sudden, even though there's like a bright light of the sun gleaming through the through the window, it just feels like it just got dimmed horribly down, and you just see before Iona comes out, you see these long skeletal lit up wings emanating from under the bed as she crawls out, and she just like stands there trying to instill fear, and then as soon as you see her, like all the light just returns, and it just looks like Iona standing there with some really weird wings. And she,
Can I fly with us?
no,
They're just for show.
Oh, that's no fun.
How can you fly with skeletal wings? There's no flesh there.
all right. So, you now are standing there, Iona, trying to intimidate them, but they do not look impressed.
Hello.
Would you like to talk about Jesus?
Would you like to talk about our Lord and Savior? Actually, hold up. Did you or did you not, when paying us for that dragon fight, take the money from a safe in the kitchen?
No.
Deception roll.
Her face in real life wasn't
Oh.
deceiving either.
It looks her answer, Kygo, looks even more pathetic and sad because she is trying to look scary as she just horribly lies to you.
No, roll better.
Can I walk up to her and like give her a hug?
Don't take my money.
And
Wait, so say that again?
Can I walk up to her and give her a hug?
Then Iona just stabs you in the back.
That's
You can absolutely try.
I put my hand on my dagger.
Kygo, you see as you approach, she goes and reaches down for her dagger.
I'll keep walking.
All right, you're now a couple feet away, Iona.
I'm clutching the handle of my dagger in my belt.
You see that she's not letting up. Kygo,
Do
I'm
or
gonna pull
die.
out the apple that I have.
Come here, girl. Come here.
you have horse.
I'm gonna.
So he pulls out the apple, Iona.
I will let you throw this at me as hard as you can. If you
For a hug?
money and give me a hug.
No.
You put the apple away.
I offered you a throwing apple.
It would have been really funny if she took it and she
Take
this
her
is
ball.
back a lot.
Throwing apple for $900? No, thank you.
All right, so what are you gonna do?
I can't.
What next?
I'm
I'm gonna hold up a gold vial and be like, give you one of these, and just wave it, kind of like, how do you like
what is it?
incentiving?
I have to like pull it from the top, like.
Were
No.
you there when they went over it?
More like from like
No,
holding.
no, she wasn't.
All right. So Kygo, she does not know what you're holding.
Damn it.
Do you know? I'm not gonna tell you.
Just put the money back.
No.
Why not?
I earned it.
We will earn 10 times more when we get back.
I don't have it anymore.
What did
Deception.
you spend it on?
Like, I technically don't have it anymore.
What do you? Explain.
I went shopping.
I bought some
You can't possibly have spent
Hang on.
that much money.
You didn't actually go shopping.
No.
So you just roll this
You
out.
want me to roll a deception for that, Killian?
Which you guys to see Primora's first follow up?
I would assume so.
So what are we doing?
I'll just roll one anyways.
Oh
Damn
shit.
You believe me.
Well, does he have to know? He can roll an insight, so you can do it.
You can roll an insight, Kygo.
Or you might just believe her that much more.
Yeah, I might. Yeah.
Sounds like probably not that surprised that she would have spent it all already.
Yo, you believe her,
I
bro.
went shopping.
Or does he have an advantage since he's not believe? Either way, you see, he's still good.
Well, then you need to come up with a way to get that money back so that this place does not go bankrupt.
What?
I don't know, stable income, a
This
nice
is not how I
life.
expected to
We're
spend
done.
3 hours.
Maybe I die.
Well, that took a dark turn.
It's a really dumb turn, dude.
I'm gonna go downstairs.
This is just an adorable.
I'm not gonna stop her. I'm just gonna put my face in my hands,
You're gonna face palm.
face palm, and groan.
Double face.
All right, so she's heading out.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna take a 15-minute break. Hi everyone, we're back. If you're watching the recording, we've been on for the stream, but we're back recording from our little break. Excuse me, and we're all getting ready to continue. So, Kygo, you left, right? Went downstairs.
In the room, I'm just groaning.
Okay, so we can continue with you guys if you want to continue this back and forth battle.
Oh, I left the room.
Yeah, she walked out.
It was Iona that left. That's right. Okay. So you guys left, heading, and you head downstairs. Iona, are you doing anything specific?
Hang out with Salo. Just chill.
Just gonna chill with Salo. All right. Salo looks at you, and he sees that you're a little distraught. He's like, "Are you okay, Iona?"
You sure?
Roll a deception.
I don't know.
Sure.
How she feels.
Yeah. Feel mild.
I got good deception out of those.
Now join the club.
Yes.
Actually, she's better at me in light. No, I'm better.
I can lie so good.
I'm better at her.
All right. He just looks at you, and he sees that you're just kind of soft spoken. He kind of has grown to know that's kind of how you act. So he's like, okay. When do you think we will be heading west?
Maybe tonight if we're lucky.
Tonight. Wow, that is a lot longer than I expected.
Me too. For sure.
Wow, a lot of shit talking over there.
So you guys
You want
let's cut over to Tali.
Yeah, we can be ready.
Okay, hang on a second. What business does everyone still have?
I'm just waiting on Mazda.
I'm ready to go.
I'm
I
ready.
think I probably just finished shoveling the rest
I'm
of the
just
soup.
drinking.
So
Yeah. All right, so Xerxes, Mosley comes down with Luma.
Okay.
Their stuff is packed at this point.
Do you guys like this? Do you mind if I go see you off?
Of course, Xerxes, please.
Who's able-bodied? Tally's trunk.
Dar's not in the room.
She's
Tali's like, I volunteer.
I'm gonna head over to.
Put your hand down.
I'm gonna actually go over to Salo instead.
Okay.
So I'm going to go see those girls off. Tell everybody that I'm going to be right back. Don't leave without me, okay, Salo? That is your job, because I know she will leave without me.
I think I can handle that, Xerxes.
Do I have your word? Because I'm pretty sure she's going to.
Yes. You have my word.
I'll roll an insight because I feel like as soon as I leave,
Go for it.
don't do it. In fact, dude, I'm not gonna do it. Don't worry about it.
Go for it.
and he's sitting there slowly leaning in, staring. This is judging staring.
You see him. He stands up from the stage that he was at, and he's like, looking down at you, and he puts out a hand, and his voice gets suddenly really deep, and he's like, "I promise you, I will watch them."
Okay.
All right. You're the weeds.
Iona, obviously recognizing that it was Monty.
Right.
I'm going to go with the girls now. I go off with the girls. Go out, watch them off.
Okay. They shuffle out with their belongings.
And once we get to like the border of Primora, well, we can cut to that later, right?
Does it smell like at the border?
We'll come to that later. Yeah, what's it smell like out there? Smells like a lot of soup.
Just a lot of soup.
Oh, speaking of smells,
You gotta go do that.
I'm gonna go downstairs and then downstairs some more to the bottommost downstairs and ignite all of the
Incense.
bundles of incense that I had.
All of them?
Or now it's just gonna smell
Well, like,
like
I
just
have-
shitty incense.
That's a lot.
We're gonna get in there. It's like, oh my god, it smells like so much shade.
It smells like a dormitory in here.
Fine, one bundle throughout the entire place, dispersed evenly, and the rest of the bundles are going to be left on the counter with the bartender. And I'll tell him every day, you clean out the old ones, put in a few new ones. If you have to buy more, buy more.
All right. All right, so you go and you head that down. Does anyone else want to do anything?
Tally's still getting drunk off her head. She's blind.
Please have her on the horse,
She's
for her sake.
gonna fall off the horse.
I have her.
Tyler, you still drinking? I need you to roll with double disadvantage.
Double disadvantage. That's not even a thing.
What? So
Just
I
increase the
So,
D.
so you just roll.
just will con twice.
Yeah, just roll it twice.
Increase the DC. That's probably best.
I guess I would just increase the DC. Good lord. Look at those rolls. Look at those rolls.
I would increase the DC.
Yeah, don't worry. Tally,
You're gone.
you finish off your third bottle, and it just slips out of your hand. And you break it on the ground,
You have to pay for that.
and it's just like you go and take a drink, and it falls out of your hand, and you still continue to go try and take a drink, and you go, oh.
You have to pay for the property damage. She broke our
Are you gonna
merchandise.
fix that door you broke down?
Hey, you don't know about that, so shut up.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you weren't there. I broke it way before.
You told me you broke it.
No, you didn't. You're drunk off your ass. You don't know.
You're drunk up here, but all right. All right. So, yeah, Tally, you're pretty wasted at this point. Everything is very slow.
You don't have to think like shit.
All right. So, Xerxes, you walk out with them, heading out to the lip of Primora, or do you want to go all the way down to the entrance?
I'll go all the way down to the end.
All right.
Pretty
So
sure
you head on down to the entrance, and they stand there and they're like, well, I suppose this is it.
Yeah. I'm not really good with the go-bys, but here. And I give them my share of the gold.
Okay.
And so that's 300. I think it's what?
350.
I think
It's
it's 675.
I
That's
think
not
it's-
bad.
Suck.
yeah, it's 375. I give
Okay.
them 75 gold.
All right.
But I hope this helps you along your way home.
Well, and they kind of look at you really surprised, like, well, thank you, Xerxes. This is amazing, really. All I can really say is thank you. And Mazlia goes and she gives you a nice kiss for that. I do hope to see you in the glades soon.
Oh, that's what I wrote that. Okay, I was really confused why I have glacial blades in my notes. I just remembered.
Don't tell it. It sounds like a retirement home.
Yeah, it does. Where all my hopes and dreams.
Guys, what does this mean? Tell me. All right, but she kind of gives you just this nod before they begin to make their walk. And now you're gonna return.
I just keep looking until they're out of my sight.
All right. As you're standing there, just watching them, all of a sudden you just hear a voice lean over, and it's like, "Love can be hard, I know." And it's just a guard who was just standing there and watched all of this happen at the front gate.
Excuse me?
I had to go for it once. And I took an arrow to the knee.
Oh,
She left me.
He looks at you and he's like, "Well, it looks like a very hard thing for you to do." So
You're really into people's personal lives, aren't you?
I stand here for 9 hours a day.
Okay. It's just. I didn't need the shit. You know what?
Is that the same guard? Is that the same guard you told me?
No, it is not. It is not the same. Actually, no. That is why he talked to him, because Xerxes, it's the same guard that you asked questions about.
Oh.
I like getting the flashes of Harmony and Paul for like 2 seconds, and then it just cuts back. It's like I'm watching a found footage snuff film or something. Like there's just blurs and then it disappears. You're like, what was that? What did I see?
Was it a ghost? Who knows?
Unfriended.
Unfriended.
Oh.
No, Polaroid.
All right. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to leave now. You do your job. And is Astrad with me or not?
No, Estrada's still at the inn.
All right, cool. I'm gonna walk back.
All right, so you head on your way back. At this point, it's about 5 p.m. It's getting kind of late, just because it does take a while to get into the interior of the town.
I told Salo because I'm pretty sure if I told him that,
Harmony, do you try and, or Iona, do you try and say anything to Salo,
like we should just leave you guys.
how
or
are
you just? What was that?
How are you doing?
I am good. It was
Hey, let him do his job.
it was very interesting to be a part of such a unique experience, I guess.
No. unique experience?
I mean, I saw a dragon.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's just like an everyday thing for us, man. You know, business pretty slow.
That and worse.
I'm just realizing we're heading west.
We are. Hopefully, one day.
Scary.
Oh my god.
What?
They started doing the good, the bad, and the ugly theme song.
At the bar at this point, I'd like to point out.
What are you doing?
He's back at the bar.
Okay. At this point, you guys are all kind of mulling around, and then eventually Xerxes makes his way back.
All right. I think we all had our fill of Primora. I'm assuming. Tell you okay?
Yeah.
You okay, Tally?
Yeah, Tally is just like picking up pieces of the glass and like trying to like put the bottle back together.
I'm gonna pick her up and I'm gonna crate her like a baby over my shoulder.
Tally, it's like a child. No,
Tally, stop.
get off of me.
Stop it.
I'll go to bed when I want to go to bed.
What the juice? Ah, stop.
Yeah, Xerxes, you're feeling just this like thump, just like as she like hits.
If you can walk to the end of if you can walk to the entrance without falling, I won't carry you the rest of the way, okay?
Okay.
Roll a performance, Tally.
With disadvantage because she's drunk.
With disadvantage.
It's like Holly's version of the dragon wrestling.
She gets 2 nat 20s. That'd be great. You got it. Oh damn.
Oh man.
Man.
Dude,
So
you have,
Tally, you like
and then
sit you down, and you're like, all right, I can do this. And you like you have your bone staff still, and you're like, I don't even need this. And as soon as you put it back in your bag, you just fall back.
Okay, Tyler. Come on. And I just pull her. I just sling her. It's okay. Don't throw up on me. Just don't throw up on me.
Don't throw up. All right, just for that, Tally, roll a Constitution.
Oh, yeah.
Just a straight Constitution. No saving throw, just a Constitution.
She's gonna get drugs. She throws up on me.
Oh man, Xerxes, you do hear like a, and then it just like feels so, like you don't feel much of anything just because you have the armor on, but like you just heard the noise.
I'm gonna like walk up to him and hold up the decanter of water and be like, I'm gonna point at it like if he wants to use it or not.
Okay, just hold on. And I'm gonna cradle like I wanna just cradle.
You put her shoulder like right, or you put your shoulder like right in her gut, man. You just saw that coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cradle first. Oh, she doesn't like get any water. All right, you can do it now.
So you cradle her and you just see like there's just like spittle and everything on her mouth.
Oh no. Don't just get it off.
Okay.
I like that everybody is all sticking.
No, I
Like,
just
you
need to figure.
and nobody gave a shit
I
about
didn't
the
throw up.
body soup.
Yeah, no one cared about the soup. Everyone's like, ugh, throw up. Oh my god. I hope I can get out of my armor.
I'm gonna hold up the decanter to his back, and
Don't give me the highest thing.
I don't know what is the smallest one.
I don't. You're the one who fucking. You're just like.
You don't know what it is? Well, how about you just say a word? I'm sure it'll work. I'm
Guys,
sure it'll work out for you.
Oh.
Gallon.
All right, so you say gallon.
Yes.
All right, so you, Xerxes, you suddenly feel like a shotgun blast of a gallon of water as it just streams out and hits you right in the back, and you have to like lurch forward a bit.
What are you talking
Well.
Well, he did it.
You guys got really quiet.
about? Oh, I'm just saying that there isn't a.
There we
gallon.
go. No, like the volume was really quiet.
So there's
Well, stream, gallon, same thing.
the stream.
Oh, there's a microphone. Move this way.
Yeah, when I just turn away from the mic, you guys. I'm literally away from the mic, and you can pick me up just fine.
Yep, that's why it's put it that far away from you.
Yep, because I'm so loud.
Yeah, you did, kind of.
So Xerxes, you feel your armor being cleaned off.
Okay. So, are we all set to walk west?
Yeah, Tally's the most set to walk west.
Hey.
Tally.
No, stop carrying me.
Stop carrying me.
You had one job, and you couldn't even do it.
I offer up my arms.
she dipped it. Does she fit the Sean saddlebag?
No, I'm gonna offer up my arms to Xerxes and be like,
No, it's fine.
Wait a minute.
yes, yes.
No,
I have an
no.
adventurer's backpack. We could just put her in there.
Oh yeah!
Wait, where's all my stuff gonna go?
No.
Oh no, I just put her.
Or she can just sit on the horse.
Outside, it'll be fine. No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Tally, you're drunk. You don't get to say.
Yes.
You son of a
Here, I'm doing this, Killian. I'm like this dessert.
No.
Oh my god.
Cersei,
Hold on.
I think when a woman
I'm gonna.
say no to a woman like that, Cersei.
What is it called?
Well, there's sort of
A baby
there's like,
hammock?
sort of
A hammock. There we go. Onto the horse.
No.
It's like a cloth-ish
It's
tarp
like a side hammock.
No.
that had it
You
covered
gotta
in
make
soup.
her,
You know, like a
Please,
saddlebag?
let's continue to delay.
make her lean one
Be
way
my
more.
kitty.
We'll put equipment on the other side.
No.
Balance it out.
All right. So if we're on,
Sally, do you want me to hold you instead?
Yes. Yes.
Why are you so short?
Yes.
All right, Cersei, are you gonna give her up?
I literally hold her like a little like an egg, like a
Like an act-
fully slowly. Her arms are like this.
Jesus.
Like here, like this baby's
All right,
little baby's got like just a shit full of back full of shit. He's like,
all right.
I'll wipe off the spit on her face and then.
There we go. Now I'm more centered.
Now you and Sal instead of feminist.
All right, so you're going to so you've now been handed off, Tally. You're now in the comforting arms of the Asimar.
We all set to go out west.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, apparently somebody wasn't.
Thank God.
Oh, it was.
Why is everyone looking at
You
me?
didn't
No,
say
it was
yes.
Ted. It was Tally. That's who it was.
What are we doing this stuff? All right.
So,
I'm gonna walk outside.
Shit.
all right, so everyone is.
Navigates it and she's out.
Have fun with that.
It's okay. We're going out west. We just need to head to the center of the night. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Is everybody ready?
Yes!
Yes!
Fucking Jesus! We're finally ready to get out of this shit fucking place.
Thank
Make
God.
sure this place just run fine. I
But that
guess.
took us 3.5 hours.
Good.
It took us 3.5 hours.
We
That
tried
that was step 3 on my list.
to.
You want us to advertise?
That was step 3, guys. All right, so
No pleasing you, is there?
no, I mean, no, that's great. We're burning a lot of time. All right, so you guys head out. Xerxes, I'm assuming you're getting a shroud.
Yeah.
All right, so you are you mounting her, or are you just untying her and walking her?
I am going to walk her.
All right, so you guys are all walking, heading out of the town, remembering back to everything that had kind of taken place, all the crazy stuff that happened, and
Iona's honestly tired. I offer up a shroud. So that way she can carry her instead of Iona. 'Cause I don't-
after a few hours, you guys head out, are eventually out of the city, or you guys after like an hour, you guys are out of the city, and you guys are continuing your way westward, finally out of Primora.